There we go. So let me pull up boss list, Pokemon list. Alright, so let's look at our team so far. Rabbit Escape, Dagon Gray, we got Nugget Bridge, and Misty, but first we have that rival battle. So let me pull up Blue's team. Blue will have Squirtle, it's now War Turtle. He's opening with Hitmonlee, who has Fake Out. Fake Out and Low Sweep. Can't go anywhere that way without first speeding Blue. Could take on Misty first, see if that opens up anything for us. I can't go this way until I get the ability to use Cut. Alright. Alright, and then in terms of encounters, I still have my Route 4 encounter. And anything that comes with that. But I don't think there's a lot that comes with that. Okay. First thing I think I'm going to do then is take on Blue. I'm going to lose, but I just want to see how his team thinks. And then that'll determine my Route 4 encounter, I think. Route 4, we got a couple options that we can get. Mainly that I'm focused on are the electric types there. But Pidove could also provide a good flying type for dealing with Hitmonlee. But electric types for Misty are mainly what I think are going to be most useful here. Alright, Hitmonlee's speed is at 66. Sending in Dagon is never a bad idea, but I am faster and he is weakened. Low Sweep would probably OHKO, but I think I could probably take it out with Return. Withdrew. War Turtle, alright. Opening up with the Ace. I don't hate it. Shell Smash, Water Pulse, Icy Wind, Hidden Power, Electric. I'm gonna Low Sweep. That way when he Shell Smashes... Okay, there we go. So he's now +1 speed. But War Turtle will slow to begin with. I think we still outspeed with due to the speed drop on Low Sweep. Let's see. Perfect. Alright. What's going on? Zoe Lynn. War Turtle down. Simisear. What does Simisear have? Incinerate, Grass Knot, HP Rock, Sleep Talk. It's not going to use HP Rock, right? We know that. My guess is going to be Incinerate. Yep, Incinerate. We lost our Citrus Berries. A little annoying. Just a little annoying. But with the Leer... Oh, Hidden Power Rock is going to hurt, actually, no. Fight. Alright, he's going to stay in and go Hidden Power Rock. I know that. So we go back to Rabbit Escape. Okay. Shoot, good prediction. I mean, not really. I guess it was just the, Intimidate, plus Arbok does have Thunder Fang, so I guess it kind of just made sense. I'm not a huge fan of this attack drop. I'm guessing he's going to Poison Jab. Let's see, we have Thick Fat. Should have given Gray a Chesto Berry if I had one. Alright, he's going to Mystical Fire. I'm going to Avalanche here. I think we can survive a Mystical Fire and then double damage from Avalanche. Should be good damage here. I wish I had given Gray a berry though. Let me see here. shoot. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, because we switched. Okay, right. Yeah. Fake out. Simisear's fat. Oh, yeah, 73 speed. Wow, okay. I did not know that. Alright, now Mach Punch. Cool, Simisear's down. Now I'm afraid of his Arbok. Clefable. Draining Kiss is not going to be fun to deal with. And it gets Charge Beam and Mystical Fire. Shoot. Alright, I say I just go return here then. Hoping I KO? Question mark, please. Half health. Oh, we for real? Alright. We survive. Speed drop, but we're more than okay here. Plus Mach Punch. Clefable's down. Alright, I say, and this is really risky here, really risky. We go Gray for to get rid of the attack drop, right? Poison Jab. No! Oh, that's not good. Okay. I think I'm going to try this one again just because it's very doable without having to sacrifice Gray. And that is what we're looking to do here. Survive. I forgot he got Sucker Punch. Alright, yeah, we have to restart. We can't do this with just... Alright, so we'll give us the most trouble there. Arbok was a little tricky just because that Intimidate drop. Let me see here. If we go to Giftmons. Okay, and apparently there's a raid den here too. So actually, if we go for maybe Palmy from the raid den, I think that'll give us an electric type to use on War Turtle and Misty. And then we can also go to Route 4 and get... Not a lot for dealing with Arbok, actually, unfortunately. I'll just see what's here. Maybe if I go to the Raid Den instead, there might be something. If you're dealing with Arbok. Poison and Dark, right, is an annoying type because only ground deals with it. You get one of the Elemental Monkeys, which isn't bad. Honestly, one of those might really come in handy. But... Ah, wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. Saw this talk about fishing in Cerulean City. Oh, okay. I can also fish. Right. Perfect. Okay. So, Old Rod in Cerulean City, then. Choodle and Clauncher. 2 options. That's fine. I'm fine with either one, I think. Let me see. So, they're both weak to Electric. But 4 Mons on his team of Electric types. I might go Clauncher just because it's a special attacker, and I think that would help us offset Arbok's physical attack drop. Let me just go to turn on Infinite Repel. See if I can just locate this Raid Den real quick. Ah, okay, there it is. So Raid Den. There's trainers. Let me see who's in the Raid Den. Did I get the rare candy back there? Back where? Alright, so this is Panpour, I believe. So I wouldn't hate to have a Panpour. It would be helpful to have a Pokemon that can learn Surf once we have that available. I think what I'm going to do first is go for that Clauncher. Let me pull up the Pokedex. What's that tab? Oh, I might have closed it. The Clauncher doesn't evolve until level 34, unfortunately. But it will get Bubble Beam. Why does it only know special move or physical moves besides Bubble and Bubble Beam? That's no fun. It's not until it evolves that it becomes a special attacker. Alright. And then Choodle I know is a physical attacker though, is the only thing, right? So that attack drop is going to hurt us a lot more. In terms of move sets, it also doesn't really get much better. That doesn't get... Shoot, okay. Let me see. If I need a special attacker, then maybe that Panpour is going to be our friend here. Let me just see what level it evolved, or if I have a Water Stone. It's not a level evolution. It is. Alright, so I do have a Water Stone. Exactly one. I'm going to go and get that Panpour. Because we knocked out, what, 3 or 4 of Blue's Mons with the 3-Mon team? Doesn't seem like his AI is all that crazy complicated either. I'm going to save first. Let's save right here. Alright, Sky. Leading with Blaziken, but I think he'll switch out to Lotad or Electrike. And then yeah, I gotta give Gray an item too. But if I can get a Panpour turn into a Simipour here, that'll be good for a decent amount of things actually. Give Panpour Mystic Water, right? Then it's going to do extra damage. I don't think it outspeeds Simisear and Grass Knot, but I do think it's light enough to not get OHKO'd by Grass Knot, and to do heavy damage with whatever water type move we get on it. Level 24, cool. I'm just going to Dynamax off of it. Max Strike. Oh, and then I can also, I forget what the fighting type Dynamax move is called, but it'll raise my attack. Cool. So yeah, we'll be alright. Bus can open with double kick instead of switching out to either your grass or electric type. Alright, well if Max Geezer fries Combuskin, you know how. Yeah, there we go. Lotad would have tanked that. 4 times resistance from Lotad. Don't know why he kept Combuskin in. Must not be doing a Nuzlocke run. Water Sports. Alright, this should be GG's. I guess I'll max. I should have done Max Knuckle. In fact, I did the weakest Max Strike I had, the one that's derived from Fake Out. It's alright. Speed is lower, so now Mega Drain, yeah, hits first. Does this finish it off? It does. Nice. Catch. Pokeball at it here. Then we'll talk about natures. Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm afraid Pansear might be the fastest of the elemental monkeys. No, okay, same base speed, which means that it could come down to a speed tie if I give it Timid Nature. Gray. I know Juvia is usually a girl, but I am Juvie. After Juvia from Fairy Tail, but not the exact same. Alright, I gotta Stardust from it. Chesto Berry, that's what I'll give to Gray here, I think. Just messed up my window size also. I think that might have messed it up for y'all too. But, yeah. There we go. Heal Balls, Lepa Berry. Alright, probably Chesto Berry for Gray because he has Rest. So that's just a free full heal. Let's get you at a KO'd. Alright, Juvie. Adamant Nature, we're going to switch that. Gets Torrent. Has Scald, which is actually really good. Okay, wait a minute. Scald is huge, actually. Where's my rare candies? Alright. I guess we'll replace something with Fling. Fury Swipes, I don't know. Not that I need a replacement for Fling, but... Alright, and then I'm gonna go change the nature. I'm also gonna talk to this guy. Move Tutor. Let's do Water Pulse. Because we can't use healing items anyways. And yeah, we're gonna do Modest here. Timid might have been a better move, but I don't think so. No stab either on what's it called? On Simisear means that I don't think we have to worry too much there. Real quick. Save state. Probably should have evolved before saving, but whatever. Alright, first thing. Waterstone. Juvie. That evolution. And I'm going to give it the Mystic Water also. So we'll get a boost on both Scald and Water Pulse. Let me see here, because with a Timid Nature, I'm pretty sure it would be the tied for the fastest on the field with Blue Simisear. But even with a Modest Nature, it should still be pretty speedy. Alright, do a summary check. Yeah, so 70 actually makes it the fastest on my team. No, 72. Alright, second fastest on my team. And only the third, so it's the third fastest on the field then. By 1. That's pretty solid. Why did I not just save after getting everything all set? Yeah. Alright, here we go. So same strategy. Open up with Rapid Escape, Fake Out before Hitmonlee gets the Fake Out off. We're still faster even with the Nature. So we would go for the we'd go for the return because I don't think a low sweep. Oh, low sweep might KO actually if we're not careful. All right, here's what we do: Fake Out because he was gonna go for Fake Out. Hitmonlee is kind of fragile. I said we go return. Yeah, return. Sends out War Turtle. He's gonna Shell Smash. So predicting Shell Smash. Here's what I'm gonna do. Right, we got some damage off. Low sweep. So now even if he Shell Smashes, we're faster by a little bit. Water Pulse instead. Okay, no confusion is good. Return, does this KO? He has a Violite, which is a little annoying. But if this doesn't KO, once I get Mach Punch off, it will. Icy Wind, I can live with that. It'll lower my speed, but we're switching out after this anyways. Plus, we had low swept him, so he would have been out of here anyways. Alright, Clefable. Charge Beam, Icy Wind, Mystical Fire. I'm gonna go Gray here. Draining Kiss. That stab, man. It did a lot more than I would have liked. And I forgot to give Gray his item. That's annoying. But I think we live this, right? Yeah, because of Thick Fat. If I had given Gray a Chesto or a Citrus Berry, this fight would be going very different. Alright, hold on. Hold on, let me give Gray a Citrus Berry. Alright, bag. We also need War Turtle to Shell Smash there too. So, Berry Pouch. Right, Gray now is a Citrus Berry. In that case, I might also forget Rest. Just because without the Chesto Berry or Sleep Talk, it's kind of useless. But we'll see. Alright, so Fake Out. Return. He withdraws. War Turtle. Low Sweep. Shell Smash. Alright, Draining Kiss. We live. AI tells it use Mystical Fire, which we take a lot less damage from because of Thick Fat. Citrus Berry kicks in. Question is, do we live another Draining Kiss? Yeah, we can live another Draining Kiss, I believe. So I'm going to do Avalanche again here. Because we're going to definitely live another Avalanche. Barely, but we do. Ice Shard should take down Clefable. Bravo, Gray! There we go. Can't use Gray for anything else from this point on, unfortunately. But here we go. Arbok comes in. We are faster than Arbok. Probably gonna Sucker Punch. If he Sucker Punches, that's good. Get him to straight up just waste that. Waste a turn. Crunch. Of course he would. Alright. Well, Crunch, I believe, was its strong. Either Crunch or Poison Jab were one of its strongest moves. No, Poison Barb would be its strongest move because it's boosted with the with Poison Barb because of. Alright. Survive. Please live. Please live. No! Shoot. Okay, wait a minute. Not quite over yet. Not quite over yet. We needed Juvie to live that. We needed him to Sucker Punch is what we needed. I don't know why he didn't just go for the Sucker Punch. He basically let me get off a free Ice Shard for no reason. If I had known that, I would have kept in Gray and saved Juvie. It's gonna incinerate my Citrus Berry. I wonder if I Low Sweep. Alright, we're faster. And if return doesn't KO here, then we gotta reset. Yeah, alright, gotta reset. I don't know why he's not... Yeah, that Poison Barb is... Alright. We do still have fishing here, as well as the route bird encounter. The route 4 encounter. We don't even need to make it the route bird. We can just go route 4. So... nobody here resists poison jab. Ah, Stunky resists poison jab. Okay, wait a minute. One thing is Stunky doesn't have anything that I can also make use of. I guess poison tail would be good. And we get toxic actually with Stunky. Stunky being able to learn toxic can definitely come in handy in future battles. We'll see. What's going on, Dusticulus? Yeah, I might go Stunky. We'll see. Alright, instead of that, how about I save here, go and get my old rod, and then I think I'm gonna go for Clauncher. Yeah. 30% chance of encountering, regardless of time of day. I think I'm gonna go for Clauncher. Let's see what we get here. That's Chudo. Why are you surprised I'm a real person? You see me, don't you? What gen is this? Technically, Gen 9? Although Radical Red is built off of a Gen 3 game being Fire Red. Alright, let's go back to the bag here. You know what, maybe I'll register it. Put that, so register that. And then save with it registered. Now we can just use it automatically. Nice, alright, Clauncher. A very low level Clauncher. Yeah, we now have a Clauncher on our team. Two water type special attackers. I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess we'll keep it for now. Nickname for Clauncher, I don't know. It's a water type Pokemon. Nickname for water type Pokemon, water-based character. We have Dagon, we have Juvie. No, why am I blanking? Let's do... well, not technically a water user. These are the water styles. Is it 1U or 2? Alright, there we go. Love Giyu. Also could have fit in Tomioka there, but we'll do Giyu. If those pixels got Gen 9 Pokemon. Yeah, this is a fan-made game. Notorious for being one of the hardest fan-made games out there. And I've chosen to make it even harder on myself by doing a Nuzlocke challenge. Which reminds me, actually, let me put the Nuzlocke rules, pin those in the chat too, in case anybody wants to read those. There we go. Osteoporosis. I don't know if I had enough character spaces for that. So those are the Nuzlocke rules for anybody that's unfamiliar. Alright, Giyu, I'm thinking is likely just going to be a Sackmon here. Let's see. Well, maybe I'll use Water Sport to reduce the damage from Incinerate on Simisear. That might be good for us. Definitely will get Bubble Beam. Piss Bubble with Bubble Beam. Wait, Bubble also lowers speed stat? I didn't know that. I thought only Bubble Beam did. Maybe in this game. Could be. Alright, heal and Bubble Beam. Alright, here we go. So we can't evolve Giyu any further. But looking at its stats and ability here. Gentle Nature. Plus special defense minus defense. I guess that's okay. Yeah. Oh, although... No, because it doesn't get Water Pulse yet, right? We got Mega Launcher, which is great, but we don't even get Water Pulse until level 34, and I think that's when it evolves too, yeah. So when it evolves... Okay. Maybe we don't want to sack Giyu. But we have 2 special attacking water types, which we don't need. So I guess we'll see. I guess my team is what? 5 Mons now? Yeah, 5 Mons. Blue has 6. I'm going to hold off on my Route 4 encounter for now. Just because I want to see if I can save it for after this fight. If I can, I will. If I can't, then we'll think about it. We'll see. Getting an electric type from Route 4 would be really good too. Right, here we go. Hitmonlee. Alright. Fake out before he does fake out. He switches out here. He goes War Turtle. I use Return. He's going to Water Pulse here. I'm going to Low Sweep in case he Shell Smashes. I want him to Shell Smash. Yes, okay, cool. Because now his defense is lowered, but we're still faster because of the speed drop from Low Sweep. But because his defense dropped, we can now OHKO with Return. So Rapid Escape gets 1 KO and some damage off on Hitmonlee without losing any health. Where I get this many rare candies, Pallet Town. If you enter a specific code on the, I believe they give you a Ness in this game. So if you enter a specific code on the Ness, then you'll get a bunch of rare candies. Okay, he's gonna use Incinerate. I think I can live with that. I can live with that. You know why? Because with War Turtle gone, there is almost nothing to check my water types. So I'm gonna Low Sweep, let him use Incinerate. Critical hit with the speed drop. Perfect. Now I'm actually going to keep in Rapid Escape. Return should KO. Alright. Alright. There we go. Good work, Rapid Escape. Clefable. He's going to Draining Kiss. We're going to send in Gray. Gray's going to eat this. Make him use his Life Orb. Go. Avalanche. Eat the Mystical Fire because of Thick Fat. And it's also going to trigger the Citrus Berry. There we go, Gray. Go work, go work. That's what I'm talking about. Avalanche here. We can survive either a Draining Kiss or a Mystic Fire. I hope it's a Mystic Fire, though. Perfect. Or Mystical Fire, not Mystic Fire. Oh, okay. I think that was a high roll. I think we were supposed to have just a little bit more health after that. But it doesn't really matter because Ice Shard will come in and handle him. Alright, Clefable goes down. Arbok? Yeah, Arbok. Intimidate. Alright, so we know he's going to probably crunch. If he Sucker Punches, that's good. That'll be really good for us, actually. But because he's probably going to crunch. You know what? Let me just confirm. Alright, so he has Thunder Fang. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to send in Dagon, right? Drop his attack. Okay. At 63 speed. Dagon does not outspeed, so sending in Dagon regardless is probably a bad idea. Gray. Does Gray get sacked? We just got Gray. I can sack Gray. Right, use Ice Shard to get a little bit of damage off. Then send in Rabbit Escape. Fake Out plus Return. I think would KO here. Alright, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sack Gray. As much as it's going to hurt me to do so, I'm going to sack Gray. Yeah. I was really hoping he just didn't go for a Sucker Punch there, which I don't know why he wouldn't, but he didn't. Alright, we sat Gray. Right, we get a little bit of damage off here. Now, hold on. Before I go any further, I'm going to open up my damage calculator. So if you have a Lopunny at level 28, Adamant Nature, I'm going to give it both Fake Out and Return. Right, Fake Out and Return against Blue's Arbok. Did they not put in a set for Blue on here? Okay, that's annoying. I guess I'll do blank set and fill it in myself. Let's see what it has here. Highest level, so I would make it 28. Jolly Nature. And lost a little bit of health due to Ice Shard, right? Hard to say exactly how much. I'm going to give it 90% health here. Fake Out does anywhere between 18.1 to 21.5, right? So assuming that it does 18.1, 91 minus 18, okay. 73. Now, if it has 73, Return is still a guaranteed 2-hit KO. But, no. Mach Punch is even weaker than Return, so that's not going to do much for us. Yeah. What if I did Semi-Seer? Yeah, what if I did like, or not Semi-Seer, Semi-Pour, Mystic Power, Scald. So again, level 28. Modest Nature. Because I know that Juvie can tank at least one hit from this Arbok, right? Scald is a guarantee. How is everything a guaranteed 2-hit KO? I'm like, what do they feed Arbok? Why is Arbok such a special, like such a tank? Dude, why is everything a guaranteed 2-hit KO? Even with it being at like 75% health. Stab boosted moves. Ah, wait a minute. What if I forgot to give Simipour Mystic Water for the boost? Still a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Okay. Okay. I'm confused. Like, you're not convincing me that a modest Simipour with Mystic Water on an Arbok is only doing 47% damage. No, you're not. What? If we get the burn off, maybe. But okay. You know what? I'm also gonna give Arbok here Poison Jab. So we have a Poison Jab and Poison Barb. Now my question becomes, can it OHKO Lopunny? Okay, guaranteed to a KO. I said we send out Lopunny and just hope that we don't get poisoned here. Yeah, I think that's our best bet. Actually, there might be no threat of poison, because I might have forgotten to clean up my, switch my items around from the Archer fight. If I did, then I might be holding a Pecha Berry. Nope, I'm holding a Punch Glove. Shoot. Dang it, because I know I gave Lopunny a Pecha Berry here. Maybe that's what I do next time around. I give him a Pecha Berry. That way, in case of poison, we just get healed right away, and we do get that extra turn. Yeah, Arbok is far tankier than I remember it being. This is kind of ridiculous. Alright, don't get poison, please. Thank you. It has Sucker Punch. It has Sucker Punch. Okay, he's gonna Sucker Punch here and waste his turn. Please, 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 you Sucker Punch Arbok. Please. Thank you. Thank you. We outspeed now. He has to go for it again. We go Scald here. Take him out. Okay. Alright, that worked out. That worked out. Hitmonlee. We are going to be faster then, but he's going to have Scald. Here, let me just check Hitmonlee's moveset. Because actually, if he doesn't have a counter to Gyarados. Bullet Punch, Knockout, Knock Off, Fake Out, Low Sweep. Oh yeah, no counter to Gyarados. Cool. In that case, send in Dagon. Fake Out. Doesn't do all that much. Twist. Let's go Leer. No Citrus Berry is not great, but Twister. Why did I learn Twister? Twister is a physical move, right? Twister's a special move. Why would I learn Twister? Rookie mistake on my part. Alright, I guess we're going Ice Fang then. Go. Okay, so last is going to be Eevee. Eevee has the EVMZ and is going to learn Extreme Evo Boost. That is not good for us. That's really, really bad for us, actually. What I want to do is Leer here. Oh, that's not good. Alright, I have a plan. As long as he doesn't Evo Boost this turn, I think I'm good. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Eevee without the Evo Boost is really not a big threat to us at all. There we go. Alright, blue goes down. We only have to sack gray. Rest in peace, Gray. Much appreciated for your help. Unfortunately, though, next is going to be Nugget Bridge. And that's just non-stop boss battle after boss battle after boss battle. The Poke Rider. Okay, that's nice. That actually is really good to have. Alright, first thing I'm going to do Hit the Pokemon Center. Actually, first thing I'm going to do, first thing, save. Now we hit the Pokemon Center. Also got to go to our PC. And let me just check real quick. Yeah, alright, just Gray. Well, Gray, you were actually a really big help in that fight. Hate to see you go, man, but we'll see. Still got to think of some sort of stipulations, because I'm thinking about placing like a single revive allowed before like Elite Four or something like that. So we'll see. But, alright, Gray goes down. I'm going to heal up. And then between Misty and Nugget Bridge, I'm thinking Nugget Bridge to get that cop out of the way so I can try to get out of Cerulean City before taking on Misty, right? Just kind of expand the options for what I have on my team. So there's a double battle against this bug catcher. These mons are all pretty slow, actually. Alright. Versus Misty's team. They're all going to be more high level, of course. Alright. I think I'm going to go for Nugget Bridge first. Starting with the bug catcher, he's going to open with Vivillon and Butterfree, both of whom know Air Cutter. Now, while I do outspeed them, alright, here's the plan. Here's the plan. We start with Nugget Bridge. Take on this guy. As long as he doesn't get Compound Eyes, Sleep Powder off with Butterfree, I think we're good. Actually, you know, to make sure that we're good. Oh, Electro Web, though, is actually kind of worse for us. I'm going to Fake Out and then Ice Fang. Right, so he doesn't get Electro Web off. We do get Ice Fang off. I'm more mad that Butterfree lived that. Every Mon survives everything. For some reason, this game wants me to believe that just every Mon is a tank. Like, I'm just not believing that Butterfree takes that little damage, but whatever. Like, Butterfree's literally paper thin. Vivillon not dying to Fake Out isn't surprising, but I would have been more surprised if it made it through turn there. Alright, one more Mon. Only thing to worry about here is going to be Rock Tomb. What's another water types? And after this, last alley. Bulldoze, interesting. Alright, well, Wormadam's very slow anyways. I'm not even convinced that a speed drop is going to be enough here. Yeah, it wasn't. Cool. Alright. That guy's down. Heal up. Can't find anything on what it's better to do between Misty and Nugget Bridge first. Going on Tazzy. Yeah. Only thing I'm thinking is, right, take care of Nugget Bridge. We also get access to all the mons that are behind there too. So we'll have 2 extra encounters for Misty, one being on Route 4, and then one being this area here. I believe it's just Route 5, or I don't know, I don't remember. Actually, I can pull up a Kanto map. Let me see. Kanto map. No, it's Route 25. Okay. Well, if we look at the mods available in Route 25, for starters, there is fishing, but I still have the old rod, right, and I'm hesitant to use it there, especially because it's just Magikarp and Chinchou. Not that anything's wrong with Chinchou, but we already have 2 water types. An electric type would be useful, but I feel like we can make better use here. Versus Route 25 on grass. Swablu, Tailo, Pineco. Tadbulb into Bellybot might be a good pull. I'm heavily considering Tadbulb into Bellybot. Alright, either way though. Because if I do Tadbulb into Bellybot, right, then I get to keep my electric type hit. I could also go Ampom into Abapom. I don't know. I'll think about it when I get to it. Either way, next mini boss here is going to be Last Ali. She has Jigglypuff, Amora, and Brione. I guess the only one that I'm kind of worried about is Jigglypuff having Draining Kiss. That might cause trouble for... Alright, here's what I'm going to do. First thing is I'm going to get rid of Twister on Gyarados. I don't know why I taught an Adamant Gyarados special attack, but no matter. Let's do Thrash. Honestly, I could probably make it decently far in this fight just by spamming Thrash on Gyarados. All the mons here are going to be relatively low level. And then I'm going to give another Mystic Water to... Should have given the Never Melt Ice to Gray. Maybe then we could have done a little bit more damage. No, because the Citrus Berry was pretty instrumental in him surviving an extra Mystical Fire. Alright. Okay. Interesting setup here. I say... Switch here real quick. We're going to open up with Fake Out into Jigglypuff, Scald into Amora, immediately switch Rabbit Escape out for Gyarados, and then just go with Thrash. And that should be good. So I'm going to Fake Out, Scald. Jigglypuff's not moving this turn. Guess we can Scald again, right? Just with 2 Draining Kiss users on the field, you know, I would feel better getting them gone. I gotta say, Juvie has also been a great asset on this team. I don't even have any that I would use here. I guess Giyu, right? Just switching Giyu. Somebody else can take the damage. But Thrash should be enough here. Wow. Guess not. Uh-oh. Alright, we don't want him to get to using round too much. That wouldn't be good for us. What's going on? Zoe to go. Vice grip. Alright. Leon goes down. Alright, that is 2 Nugget Bridge members down. Next one specializes in electric types. And I have 3 water types on my 4-mon team. Okay. Of course I do. No worries. Maybe then I have to use my Route 4 encounter on, I think Oddish is there. Route 4. Bellsprout, Oddish. Could also pick up the Mareep or Pachirisu. Shinx is also an option here. Pumpkaboo. Try to get a Gourgeist. Or a Phantom into a Trevenant. Of course, the Bellsprout or Oddish would have the highest encounter rate. Let me see some learn sets. So Bellsprout gets decent attack and special attack. Will evolve at level 21, and then you can get it into a Victory Bell. Ooh, okay. The ability to have a fully evolved Pokemon is nice. We'd also get access to Mega Drain, Sludge, Stun Spore, Poison Powder, Sleep Powder. Versus... So same thing with Oddish, evolving to Gloom at level 16. Sunstone or Leafstone will determine Blossom or Vileplume. Blossom, 90 special attack, 95 defense, 100 special defense. Vileplume, 110 special attack. Both have 50 speed. Blossom, both have 50 speed, both have 75 HP, 80 attack. Looks like Vileplume's just a little bit heavier of a special attacker, whereas Blossom's defenses shine a little bit more. Looking at the learn sets here. We get Sludge Bomb on Vileplume, good for fairy types. Poison Powder, Stun Spore. But all the learn up moves are through Gloom, Mega Drain, and all that. Blossom. Could get Moonblast on Blossom. See, now I'm stuck. Who do I want? Let me look at the rest of the mons I'm going to have to face, see who's going to be. Okay, I'm thinking Togetic. Or sorry, I'm thinking Vileplume because the next trainer is going to have a Togetic. Other than one after that has a Mabostiff, but we have fighting types here. Since we have fighting types here. And then looking at Misty's team. Vileplume would be good for Ludicolo because we would have access to Sludge Bomb. Although in Swift Swim with Aurora Beam that might cause trouble for us. That being said, it's still better than Blossom, who doesn't really give us anything here. I think I'm going to go Vileplume. That's what I'm leaning more towards. Yeah, I'm going to go Vileplume. Yeah. Alright. So, we're going to head over here. Head over here. Into Route 4. Safe state right here. make sure I have the right time of day. Nighttime for Oddish. Okay. Oh, wait, that was on. %10 chance of tandem mouse, and we still got one. Alright. Save with the time and repel. Really? Tell this mouse to leave me alone. Dude, okay, you would think that this just straight up isn't the most common mon. Oddish is supposed to be the most common mon in this route. You would think that hunting the most common mon would be the easiest. Let me see what Fan Thump offers, although I'm pretty sure that, for where we are in the game right now, we would still need that link cable item to get a fully evolved Pokemon. I'm more invested in, Vileplume, though. Oddish, you are the most common Pokemon in the route. After Pidove. Pidove and Oddish are tied for the most common, both at a 20% encounter rate. Really? Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this right now, Pokemon? Alright, I guess we're doing this. Genuinely, wow, you were serious. You were serious, Pokemon Radical Red. You're gonna make it hard for me to get an Oddish. Wow. Wow, this game is really serious about this. My question is, I wonder if I go back to that other part. There we go, thank you. Right when I was gonna say, maybe I have to go back to the part that's before Mount Moon. Alright. I'm naming him Waldo, bro. It was impossible to find this thing. There we go. Oddish joins the team. That should not have been as hard to get as it was. Yes. I'm naming you. Oops. Waldo. There we go. Chlorophyll, Sweet Doubles in Sun. We can mess with the nature later. Now... I'm not gonna worry about movesets right now because we always have the move relearner. Alright. So now we have Waldo the Gloom. I will give it Mega Drain. there we go. Now, I don't think I have a Leaf Stone, because this game loves to give me every item except for the one that I need. I do believe I have a Sunstone, though, so if I really wanted to... Maybe I don't have a Sunstone. Let me sort by name. Okay, I do have a Sunstone. So we could get a Blossom if we need here, but I'm thinking Vileplume is going to be more useful at this stage in the game. I don't have an Eviolite, do I? If I had an Eviolite, that would be a game changer, dude. No. Let me check the item list, then. Well, can't do much. Alright, that's fine. Infinite Repel's been enabled. Looking at this next trainer's team here. We're gonna have Plusle, Electrike, Snover. Alright. Plusle has the ability plus. They gave Electrike minus. Interesting. That's not what I meant to do, but let's see why not. Thinking of I could do a specially defensive nature, actually. Because Blossom can still learn Sludge Bomb. We just wouldn't get the stat boost from it. But I'm thinking for now, specially defensive nature. Which reduces attack, just so we can tank. Only move I'm worried about is Flame Burst. I guess Snover is nothing to scoff at either. But either way, here's what I'll do. Save state. Put a Pokemon. Yeah, having 3 water types, I guess, finally does catch up to you when you're on the electric type specialist. But hopefully our grass type here can help balance that out. Okay, open up with... Yeah, Fake Out on Plusle. I guess we go Mega Drain, try to recover some of that health that we're going to lose to Electrike, yeah. Bad. What if Mach Punch, Mega Drain? Signal Beam was a bit unexpected. Alright, really hoping that Plusle goes for Signal Beam here. Really, really hoping that Plusle goes for Signal Beam here. There we go. Alright. You would survive that. Signal beam confused, right? But it didn't do anything besides that. So actually, we should be okay to just end the fight here. Come on, Dagon. There we go. Alright. I overthought that a little bit. Ice Body. You can get Frostbite from contact with the Pokemon. I didn't know that. I thought it just... Huh, okay. That's definitely not what it does in main series games. In fact, Frostbite doesn't exist in main series games. But we don't have to worry about it. We won. We made it to the Pokemon Center. That's all that matters here. Alright, next up is going to be Lasrelli with her opening up with Greedent plus Togetic, and then Clamperl is the last one. Alright. Air Slash on Togetic is something that I'm not looking forward to. How about, because we know that why does Greedent have Seed Bomb? If Greedent didn't have Seed Bomb, that would be a game changer. I would just send in Simipour to sweep with Scald, right? Because Greedent's not very good on special defense. It's a physical defense that you got to worry about. Safe state here. Let's see how it goes, though. I mean, to be fair, we haven't really been struggling all too much with these teams anyways. So I could just be overthinking it. Is it her? Alright, she's next. And then Camper Ethan. And then I think he's the last one before we have to take on the Team Rocket Grunt. But we'll plan for him later. Oh, this is a single battle. It's actually good to know. Alright, fake out. Need a Citrus Berry here. Facade with no status. Why? Critical or no critical? It's not even... Alright. This thing's annoying me. Let's have Dagon come in here. Maybe I should have Leered. I think Leer was a far smarter choice, because... yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good. Facade my Oko. Nice. Alright, Dagon. It was close, but we did it. We're confused, but we can switch now. Use Air Slash, Thunder Wave, Draining Kiss, Magical Leaf. Thunder Wave, I can live with that. Although, doesn't Rabbit Escape have Limber? Couldn't I have avoided paralysis? Yeah, I could have done that, but whatever. Hindsight is 20/20, right? Go Bubble Beam, lower speed. I'm gonna do that. Bubble Beam, lower speed. Oh, shoot, he's Serene Grace. Okay, we broke through. Perfect. Broke through Paralysis and Serene Grace Air Slash. I would have liked to get that, what's it called? Speed drop? Okay, this is not good. Now we're caught in his Serene Grace trap. I'm gonna switch to Juvie. I just need a safe switching. 60, 80. He's going to Thunder Wave. If it misses, we're in an even better spot, because I don't think he survives 2 Scalds. He doesn't. Alright. He's going to Air Slash. We just have to get not flinched here. Oh. Even with paralysis, we outspeed? Alright, way to go, Juvie. Never mind. Juvie the GOAT. Now, Clam Pearl. Unfortunately, I don't have anything here, but as long as he doesn't Icy Wind, which I don't think he would. I mean, Water Pulse, Icy Wind, I guess he probably was going to Icy Wind anyways, but I don't think this is going to do too much. I think we can live enough of these that... Why did that do so much damage? What? Okay. Well, you're going to Icy Wind again for sure. Dude. What? Why does Icy Wind... I mean, I know it's super effective, but its base power is like 40. And I'm specially defensive. Alright, this is annoying. I think I can tank it with Rapid Escape. I'm going to fake out Return, and that should be GG's. If this isn't GG's, I guess I'll restart. I can't believe the concept of restarting on a Nugget Bridge battle. All because I didn't think that Clam Pearl, you know, sue me for not thinking that Clam Pearl could 2-hit KO with Icy Wind alone. But as long as we don't get KO'd by Water Pulse here, I think we're good. Okay, we're good. No sacks. That was a little more difficult than I expected it to be. Let's go heal up. Next is going to be a Camper who's going to open up with Mabo Stiff. And while typically that would be a gimme for Rapid Escape, because of Intimidate, I think what I'm going to do instead is open up with Dagon, right? Drop his attack. And with Dagon in, he's going to be too scared to send in Salandit. I don't even think he's going to send in Mistravis, right? Mistravis is going to be kind of annoying to deal with because of the Violite and a decent special attack and speed stat. But it's a pure ghost and we do have Bite. So, yeah, let me save. I think I already did, but just in case I forgot. So this one's a single battle. Open up with Dagon. This guy, and then there's going to be somebody there. It's just Team Rocket Grunt. My allergies are killing me. You'll see me rubbing my eyes. I know I shouldn't. If y'all have allergies, keep your hands out your face. Yeah, my eyes are itchy today, dude. Nose was cloggy earlier, too. Nintendo knocks the door for me pirating their games. What's my next move? I don't pirate Nintendo games, so I wouldn't have an answer to that. I would say, Nintendo, you got the wrong guy. Alright, so we said we were going to what? Intimidate, and then immediately switch into Rapid Escape. My guess is that with the current team, he's going to go Trailblaze to try to get a speed boost. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. My battle IQ is too high. I say fake out. Odds are he switches into Mistravis here, but just in case he doesn't. Yeah, alright. Force the Mistravis switch is fine. He's going to Will-O-Wisp because he can't Hex. And Icy Wind isn't a bad move, but it's not going to do much. I think what I'm going to do is... What am I going to do? Alright, here's what I'm going to do. He's going to Will-O-Wisp. That's fine because Waldo is a special attacker. I am going to Stun Spore here. Right? Look at that. 2 accurate predictions in a row. Battle IQ too high, baby. But yeah, I'm going to Stun Spore. What I can do with the Stun Spore is once I outspeed... I forgot that we're susceptible to Hex now, though. Okay, good. Got the Stun Spore off. Perfect. Now he's going to Hex again, but it's not going to do nearly as much. And we will be able to send in Dagon to use Bite. I don't think Bite is going to OHKO by any means, but it does have the flinch chance plus paralysis that I'm hoping for here. Flinch. Ah, shoot. Okay. That's fine. Truth be told, I'll probably keep Dagon in anyways. And just hope for flinches. Flinch, flinch, flinch. Oh, that shockwave! I forgot that shockwave. We lived. Oh, Dagon, you're the GOAT. Dagon, you're the GOAT. 4 times super effective. You are the GOAT. Dagon, man. MVP. Wow. I totally forgot that shockwave. Okay. Mabo stiff. I can live with this. Except the Trailblaze is a little... Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. Only difference is that we don't have the attack drop benefit. But I still think with Fake Out and then Mach Punch spam, right? Because we live the Trailblaze. We know we live the Trailblaze. And I'm pretty sure I survived both a Fire Fang and an Ice Fang. In fact, I'm going to low sweep. You know what? With one Trailblaze's speed is now 85. Okay, so we are back to being slower. But because I'm almost positive I can outspeed, or I mean I can survive one of these, all I have to do is low sweep. We're back at the same speed. Yeah, and then I was going to say, in the event that he did survive that, he's still Mach Punch range. Alright, only thing I want to check here. There's literally just one thing I want to check. So we have the low punny set still on, actually. Perfect. On our damage calculator. Alright. Oh, okay. Return is actually a guaranteed OHKO. Nice. And I'm faster. Perfect. Don't even have to think about this too much. I was thinking, do I have to like switch out to get free Fake Out damage? No need. Well, that was a lie. Oh, because the damage calculator has Camper Ethan Salandit at level 25. Camper Ethan Salandit is level 26. Watch, I bet you when I switch to level 26, 2-hit KO guarantee now. Yeah, now it still says guaranteed 1-hit KO. No, to be fair, the low damage roll was 92.7 at level 26. At level 25, the low damage roll was 100. The high damage roll was 118.1. So it was like guaranteed KO. Okay, that's fine. And then return. All I gotta do now is just give Rabbit Escape an antidote so that we don't get KO'd on the way back to the Pokemon Center. Alright, there we go. All the Nugget Bridge trainers are down. I'm gonna heal up real quick. Head back to Cerulean, and then we'll plan for Team Rocket Grunt. Save there. Nugget Bridge Grunt opens up with Jolly Arcanine that has Intimidate, Dragon Rage, Flame Wheel, Thunder Fang, and Bulldoze. Inclined to open up with Dagon, because while he does have Intimidate, so do I, and because of that I think I can survive Thunderfang at least for one. Alternatively, I can swap in and Rabbit Escape handles both Togedemaru and Komala. And you know what? If Dredagon gives us too much trouble, we could always evolve Bloom into Vileplume, and now we have a Moonblast user too. No, because we have Ice Fang. Never mind. Yeah, we got Ice Fang on. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good on our team right now. Actually, that's good. That's a good feeling when we don't really have to adjust our team all that much. But just in case, I'm gonna save here because I'm pretty sure I'm out of encounters too, and that is gonna be our biggest challenge. But what's going on, the Serpent Sin? That is the Serpent Sin, not Stin. I added an extra T. Serpent Sin. Pokemon, yes sir. Alright, yeah. Open it up with Dagon. Congratulations, you did it for the trainers. Alright. Yeah. Because I think with his Intimidate, in fact, what could also be... Does he go for Thunderfang, or do we force out Arcanine and he sends in Togedemaru? I think he goes for Thunderfang here, is my prediction. I don't think he's going to send in Togedemaru just yet. And so my response to that would be... If I Leer, the odds of him sending out anybody but Druddigon are pretty low too. I don't think he's going to keep Arcanine in with Intimidate if he doesn't think he can get a KO on somebody else. What I could do also, right... I have 2 more water types. I know that Simipour outspeeds. If I send in Simipour and Simipour lives Thunderfang, which it will because this is Jolly Natured Arcanine at -1 attack, then we're going to force him to switch into Togedemaru. At that point, I'm going to use Scald, and I don't think it's going to OHKO, but he's going to use Zippy Zap. We can swap then into Gloom, who doesn't really have anything to counter Togedemaru, but I don't think he knows that. Against Gloom, he's going to likely Nuzzle, which won't affect Rabbit Escape due to Limber. He might U-turn, but at that point, his only option is to send in Arcanine again and try to Intimidate to lower my attack. Okay. Alright, let's see if my battle IQ is as high as I think it is today. So we live that. He's going to send in Togedemaru now, which is fine. Because we get a free Scald. Druddigon! Okay, well I didn't predict that. But that's okay. If we get a Scald, that actually works in our favor too. Alright, we didn't get the burn. I might just keep going for Scald, honestly. Because he's going to either... He's not going to protect. He's going to either Dragon Tail or Toxic, trying to poison me, right? I think I go Scald. There we go. Toxic, I can live with that. I can live with that, because now Dragon Tail is not going to do nearly as much. Juvi's hurt by poison, but that's okay. Next is either going to Dragon Tail or Poison Tail. Maybe Protect to try to wear me down, but I don't really think so. I can send in Dagon, because Dagon has Ice Fang, but that's going to definitely make him switch into... Okay. Send in Dagon. Dagon has Ice Fang. He's switching into Togedemaru from here. I predict the switch. I go Rabbit Escape. Dragon Tail. Okay. That is slightly annoying. I'm going to Scald here. I don't think he's going to protect. I'm going to Scald. I think he's going to Dragon Tail again. That actually works out in our favor. Oh, it works out in our favor. We just can't send out Juvie anymore during this fight, which is okay because I honestly did not plan to. With Intimidate up, I think he keeps in Druddigon, recognizing that he can't save it. I don't want to lock myself into Thrash. I'm going to Ice Fang. Yeah, alright. We get Rocky Helmet plus Rough Skin damage. No, he has leftover, so just Rough Skin. Now it's Togedemaru. This thing has Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet, which is not something that I look forward to. But I go Rabbit Escape here. Do I have any fairy moves? I do not. I did a little bit more damage than I would have been comfortable with. But I think Mach Punch... Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. We have our Lopunny. Team Rocket against Togedemaru. This guy's... Alright, whoever made this damage calculator for Radical Red... Oh, am I doing the hard... I'm doing the normal mode damage calculator. That's why my calculations on the Salandit were off. I need the hardcore damage calculator. Come on, Malk. We knew this. Alright. So let's put our Lopunny blank set back in. Lopunny level 28. Adamant Nature. I'm also going to give it the Punching Glove because that's what we currently have here. Punching Glove. And I want to know how much Mach Punch is going to do on this Togedemaru. Now, I could... Right? 96.5 chance to 2-hit KO. If I Fake Out... see, my biggest concern is how much is Iron Barb's going to do, right? At 100% HP... There's a 96.5% chance of 2-hit KO. But if I Fake Out, which isn't going to do a lot, let's say brings him down to 94. No, still 2-hit KO. Okay, new plan. Let's see how much Fake Out does. Fake Out. Did a lot of damage. Yeah. No, he's gonna KO me. Whatever he uses KOs. I need to get like a little bit more damage off before that. So... Yeah, I guess this is our option here. It's not a lot, but here's what I'm thinking. I think we sack Giyu here so that Rabbit Escape can come in, right? He's gonna Iron Head. It's not gonna be very effective, but Zippy Zap will. See, what's annoying me is when this game starts to act like Mons just tank everything, right? Like, I'm really not convinced that, Okay. I could always just restart, too, which I probably will end up doing, because I think I put a little too much emphasis on worrying about Arcanine. Because he's gonna Oko. Gonna Oko. I'm gonna Bubble Beam because no matter what I use, this Oko's not Oko, I guess, because I started off below full health. All right, Giyu goes down. I'm gonna see if I can take out Togedemaru with a Mach Punch, Rabbit Escape. I don't think so, but if it does, I could Fake Out, but Rocky Helmet plus Iron Barbs takes away too much health, and that's where I think I want to retry. Okay, so yeah, we get it. KO'd here. That's fine. Load state. Back here. I think strategy of opening with Dagon is still good. Right? I think where I messed up, though, was I was certain he was going to switch into Togedemaru, and I was ready to run that early. I did not think he was going to switch into to Dredagon. Or, wait a minute. What if instead... Alright, new plan. New plan. Lead with Waldo. Also gotta give Waldo some items. berry juice for now. Yeah, alright. So, lead with Waldo. He's going to Flame Wheel. When we expect him to Flame Wheel is when I switch into Gyarados. I did not mean to do that. I meant to save state there, but that's okay. That's okay. Everything's all the same, right? Except for Waldo's not here. Waldo doesn't have an item. Real quick, is it better to give an item or I mean, give Citrus Berry? Citrus Berry is what, 25% health? So it's actually the same as what a berry juice would do. Alright, we'll keep the berry juice. Okay. So, what I meant to do was save state right here, not load state. That way we can reset with Waldo already up front. So he's going to Flame Wheel here. I think we live a Thunder Fang, truth be told. I might even... No, that's too cocky. That's too cocky. I say Dagon, Intimidate. Yeah. I think Waldo first is definitely the move. It's just a matter of... Do I switch into Simipour and go for the KO on Arcanine? Hoping that he doesn't, you know, get too cocky. Honestly, without the attack drop, he might keep Arcanine in. And that would really open us up to being able to use, He stayed in. Okay. Little unexpected. Because I thought he was going to switch out. I was going to Leer and then whoever went in instead. He didn't do that. Which is fine. With the attack drop, Juvie definitely survives this. Yeah. Alright, so it took some extra steps there because we could have had Arcanine out of here. And I'm mad at myself that I didn't. Actually, you know what? Yeah. So same strat. Waldo up front. Now that we know that without Gyarados going first, right? Then we can kind of gas him up. Go here. Lead with Waldo. He Flame Wheels. We switch into Juvie. He stays in because without the attack drop, he's pretty confident that Thunder Fang gets the job done. But we outspeed and Oko with Scald. After that, we force him to send out Togedemaru. He's going to certainly, you know, Zippy Zap or Nuzzle. No, he switched out. Okay. Interesting. So I went to Druddigon. He's going to Toxic here. I say we let Dagon take the Toxic. So that we can Ice Fang here. I don't think he's going to send in Arcanine. Toxic Druddigon is such like a weird set, you know? No, he Dragon Tails. That's right. That's right. That's his strategy. Is Toxic Dragon Tail Druddigon. Dragon Tail, which is fine because he gives us a free switch. I just wish I had like the TM for Ice Beam or something, man. That would be a game changer this fight. He uses Toxic. Using a Dragon Tail here. Alright, this is a Komala with a Silk Scarf that only knows Sleep Talk and Last Resort. It has to use Sleep Talk first, and once that fails, it's going to go in for Last Resort. Oh! Because of Comatose, it always gets to use Last Resort. I forgot that's how that worked. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. That changes a little bit then. I forgot about that. That I forgot about. I thought it was going to have to use Sleep Talk first, and then once it failed. But it's not going to fail because it's technically asleep. Right. Let me see here. Check my map. That's still Cerulean City. Now we're officially on Route 24, but we can't get to any encounters until this guy. Right, I'm gonna head back through Mount Moon, I think. Yeah, we also can't go through here. I wonder what taking out Misty would unlock for us. Let me check Misty's team, because it could be possible that if we take out Misty first, unlock more areas past Cerulean, and we can always circle back with more suitable mons. So she opens it with Politoed. We open up with Waldo. She probably keeps Politoed in. No, definitely switches out. Her only counters for grass types, however. She has 3 counters for grass type. No, she has every counter for grass types. What am I talking about? Ludicolo, where it goes neutral and she has Aurora Beam. Mantine, it goes neutral, she has Hurricane. Clodsire goes neutral, she has Poison Jab. Starmie, it goes super effective, but she does have Aurora Beam. I doubt she would send in Starmie. And then Toxicroak would go not very effective, and it has Poison Jab. Okay, here's the plan. Fight Misty. Finish saving. All right, now we go this way. That way. This trainer, is she like the one unavoidable trainer battle, I think? No, she's not. Okay. Alright. Giving this a try. I honestly don't even expect to really win this. But we'll see. So Drizzle activates. As long as she doesn't send out Ludicolo. Hold on. High IQ play here. Earthquake. Why? That's on me for not checking the moveset. I just didn't expect the gym leader to run Earthquake Politoed. Sorry about that. Not that it's really like a huge threat or anything. I was ready for the switch out. I was like, she's for sure not going to keep this thing in. Alright. Earthquake Politoed. Let me actually lock in. I guess it made sense because Flip Turn and Scald don't do much damage. Toxic doesn't affect. And it seems like the Politoed is really just here to set up Rain. Alright. Mega Drain in response to Earthquake Politoed. Then let's see how that does. Alright, Politoed is strong. I need her to swap out. And I'm hoping that she'll swap to Toxicroak here. Please swap to Toxicroak. Please swap to Toxicroak. Please swap to Toxicroak. Okay. Okay. And you avoided the attack. I can't believe that I got stumped at Earthquake Politoed. Like, what? Why is she not switching out? That's one thing about Pokemon, right? Is that, like, with strategizing and everything, if you strategize too much, like I'm doing right now, right? And you end up overthinking it, you end up frustrated because now I'm like, why is she not switching out? You know, she should switch out here. But I think that's exactly what the game expected, right? I think the game was like, oh yeah, you know, if you have a grass type, especially one that's not completely neutral to ground or is completely resistant to ground, then it makes sense to keep them in. That being said, right, if we know she's going to go Earthquake one more time, I'm not even going to waste any health. Send in Dagon. Immune to Earthquake. Couple options here. Ludicolo with Thunder Punch or Starmie with Thunderbolt both pose a huge threat. I'm going to bite. Yeah. I could have leered and hoped that Scald didn't burn, but also there's Toxic and that's not fun to deal with. So next is definitely either Ludicolo or Starmie. Toxicroak, why? I guess. It's definitely faster than me, but if I can get up Leer. If I can get up Leer, yeah. So Swords Dances. I'm gonna have to sack something. It's just a matter of what. Let me see how Lopunny performs against Misty's Toxicroak. Return is a guaranteed to a KO with no defense drop. With a -1 defense drop, again guaranteed 2-hit KO. If I add Fake Out to the mix though. No, this is already with Fake Out. Shoot. Hold on. If we had Fake Out, right? Give it 100 HP. Or 100% HP, sorry. Fake Out does about 27.7 to 34.4. At which point, I think we can then come in with Return. Alright. I have to sack something. And I think it's gonna have to be Giyu. Oh yeah, double Swords Dance. This thing has got to go. I don't even have anything I can really use on it. Alright, so he's gonna KO Giyu. That's fine. I can live with that. It's not the end of the world here. Lost some HP actually, so that's good. Never mind, Dry Skin got it all back. I forgot about that. Alright. Let me think. Fight. Fake Out, right? Loses non-insignificant amount of health. Gets a little bit back. Let's see if Return doesn't KO here, then that's GG's. It lived. Alright, Alright. What if... I'll use a Pokey Rider to head back to Wait a minute. Now, I'm pretty sure I already got my catch on this area of the map, right? Yeah. Got Marill here, and I can't get any of the land encounters because I already got Marill. Which is annoying because Palmy actually would have been very, very helpful. But, oh well. And then here, yeah, we already got Morolol. I'm just seeing if there's like any items or anything. I wonder if the rival battle still triggers. Okay, it doesn't. So that's only if you didn't get through everything else first. I'm just seeing if there's like anybody I can talk to, any items I can get. Go through the first area of Victory Road. Dang, it doesn't even let me go through this part? That's crazy. Alright. What if we went back to this other side right here? This is just Route 4, right? Nothing in here. Just another Capsa kid. In fact, I think because we already got this, right? We can't even use this wishing well. Let me see if... Head through Mount Moon. I think our best bet then is probably going to be to beat the Team Rocket Grunt on Nugget Bridge. And then use the encounter on routes 24 and 25 to rebuild the team. Okay. Yeah, so Misty's gonna have to wait temporarily. Alright. So, I think playing a little more risky here might be our friend. Save again right here. Alright. Yes, if we want to join Team Rocket, answer is no. Open up with Waldo. He flame wheels. Flame wheels, because of Intimidate and tight matchups, we survive. He's now gonna Thunder Fang. I see Dragon Rages. I think he Flame Wheels again, to be honest. He might Dragon Rage just to get the guaranteed KO there, but I don't think he will. And if he does, then... Alright, Thunder Fang. Okay, well predicted. But now that he has 2 dropped now... You know what I am kind of curious about? What if I led with, right, because when we lead with Dagon, we know he switches into, he switches out, right? He switches Arcanine out. What if I led with Juvie instead? Lead with Juvie. Force out Arcanine, and get some damage off on whoever he sends in. His only water resist being Druddigon. So I think we lead with Juvie here. And Arcanine is for sure going to get swapped out. Just a matter of swapping to who that we don't know. What's going on, Danny? This is not Pokerogue. This is Radical Red. But my favorite mon to answer your question is going to be Infernape. Alright, so select into Druddigon. And we got the burn. Perfect. Alright. Reason why that burn is good is because now he does so much less damage with Dragon Tail. Now he's going to try to Toxic, right? We're not going to let that happen. Perfect. Doesn't affect Waldo. And with the burn, we offset his leftovers. Alright. He's got a couple options here. He can Dragon Tail, which isn't going to do a lot. He can Poison Tail, which isn't going to do a lot. He can Toxic, which isn't going to affect. He can Protect, which isn't going to do anything for him. Or he can switch, and that's what I think he's going to do. In terms of his switching options, his best choices would be Arcanine, and then go for Flame Wheel. If he does so, Stun Spore would be a really big help in paralyzing it, but it's not guaranteed to hit. Sludge is going to hit and could poison Arcanine. However, he could potentially also send out Togedemaru, who resists Sludge completely. Or not even resists, immune to Sludge, right? And Stun Spore. Mega Drain would damage both Arcanine and Togedemaru just pretty much for nothing at all. However, damaging Togedemaru might be our best case scenario. You know what? I'm going for Sludge. Reason being that even if he does switch into Togedemaru, he won't be able to OHKO. So I'm going to go Sludge here. Withdrew. Kamala. Alright, this one, we know he is going to Sleep Talk Last Resort. Now, we did say that we were going to play a little bit more conservatively, or liberally here. So that means that we're okay switching and sacking. So I'm going to sack Gyu right here. You know what? If the plan is to sack Gyu, maybe it would have been better to give Gyu a physically defensive nature. Either way, though, now we send in Rabbit Escape, to whom he doesn't really have a safe switch in for. Togedemaru is weak to everything. Fake Out here. Alright, let me open up my damage calc. So looking at Kamala. So Low Sleep is a guaranteed 2-hit KO. But if we put it at, like, let's say 60% health, high chance to OHKO. If we're generous and give it like 70, even lower chance to OHKO. But I think it's closer to like 60% health. Right, versus if we use Mach Punch. Mach Punch is a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Low Sweep is a higher chance to 1-hit KO. Return is guaranteed 2-hit KO. So, high damage roll on Low Sweep. Which calc do I use? I got you. I got you. This is one that I use. I'm out of disk space to continue recording. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Give me like 60 seconds. I don't have enough space on my computer to keep recording this live. So I gotta clear out my recycling bin real quick. Alright. I say I'm gonna go for the high roll on Low Sweep. There we go. There it is. Alright. We still have Fake Out. Burn Dredagon. Waldo, fully healthy. So all our mons that are still alive are fully healthy. This is good. Again, he can only switch out or... and he only has 2 more mons to switch out into. He can only switch out or Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail's not going to do a lot. If I were him, I would Dragon Tail. So I could at least like control, you know, what mons come in and out. But he's likely going to switch out. I'm going to keep just using Sludge. Yeah, alright, he's Dragon Tailed here, which is fine. Get a little bit of damage off. Perfect. Now what I don't think he knows, I don't think he knows that I have Ice Fang, because I haven't used Ice Fang this battle. What I can do, Ice Fang, he protected. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm a little worried now, because I did just give away Ice Fang. He can Dragon Tail. He's not going to Dragon Tail, though. I think he's going to Toxic to try to leave me with something as I go out. Ice Fang is going to do a little bit of damage to Arcanine, a little bit of damage to Togedemaru. I think he's going to stay in. Yeah, he stayed in. Okay. Rough Skin. Togedemaru. He's either going to Nuzzle or Zippy Zap. Hope it's a Nuzzle, but he might just go straight for the KO. Yeah, he Zippy Zap right for the KO. But if that was a crit... Alright, don't flinch. I really don't like the idea of sacking Waldo is the only thing. You know what? Wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Okay. One more Mega Drain, and then we send in Rabbit Escape. Fake Out, Mach Punch, I think. Right, we live this. We don't live that. Oh, I should have done the calculation. That's on me. Oh, man, I'm really mad at myself there. I'm mad at myself. I should have done the calculation, because I should have known that was going to be a KO. That's okay. We'll Fake Out here. Yeah, Iron Barb's Rocky Helmet combo was kind of devastating. Let's see. Low Sweep, Mach Punch. If we Low Sweep, then we guarantee that we outspeed it, but I think I outspeed it regardless anyways. So... yeah, I could have intimidated it, to be honest, to lower its attack. That might have been the smarter move there. Only thing is that I'm really afraid of that Zippy Zap because I'm pretty sure that's a guaranteed critical hit. So at that point, Intimidate's kind of useless. Let me double check, though. Yeah, Zippy Zap is guaranteed critical hit. So while it does help to prevent or reduce damage from like Iron Head, which honestly, right, when I still had Gloom alive, Iron Head would have been, or Intimidate would have been the smart move, right? Switching to Gyarados, get the Intimidate off. My issue was I was afraid that he would predict that I would switch into Gyarados to survive Iron Head. I think I'm going to, alright, Low Sweep with the Punching Glove versus... because we're only going to get one of these, right? Whatever we use is going to trigger a bunch of damage, and then whatever he uses is going to hurt. I guess Low Sweep. Go Low Sweep, hope for a crit. If we get a crit, great. If not, really not great, but let's see how this goes. He's faster? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What did I miss? What did I miss? Okay, well, at least we got the KO. Oh, and we barely survive. Okay, nice. What did I miss? Is it a priority move? Is Zippy Zap priority? Zippy Zap is priority. Okay, well, there we go. There we go. Radical Red Stuff, I just finished it hardcore without Nuzlocking. Yeah, man, this Nuzlocke has, as you can tell, got me stressed. I lost my only grass type right before Misty. But I am hoping that I'll be alright just through being able to go in here. Alright, and then, I mean, I'm not worried. This fight is won, right? I think I'll have 2 more encounters on routes 24 and 25. What did he just use? Oh, Bulldoze. Doesn't affect. Okay. He's going to Thunder Fang for sure. I think, right? We just... because he won't be able to KO Intimidated. Intimidate... plus no stab means that this isn't going to KO. Alright. Worst case scenario there would have been me getting poisoned, but Scald ends it. Alright, GG's to Rocket Grunt. I'm mad I had to sack Gloom, but there we go. That's done. That's done. I'll take more than a month. You want to bet? It's been, I think, like a week now. I think I can do it in under a month. Don't quote me on that, actually, because I'm going to be out of town this upcoming week, so that's already minus 1 week. But I think I could probably do it in under a month if I really locked in. Alright, let's go to the PC to deposits. Launcher. And glue. There we go. Got that. Healed up. So we're back to 3 Mons on our team. But you know what? This is not the end of the world because now we have access to both routes 24 and 25. Route 24, Old Route Fishing, we can get a Lotad. Lotad is really, really good because it gives us the ability to get Lombre and eventually Ludicolo. But what's also really good is that we get to take advantage of Misty's Politoed setting up rain. We'll get Swift Swim available to us. I am unfortunately out of Water Stones, so I don't think I can get a Ludicolo, but Aurora Beam. So we'll see. Alternatively, Carvana. I think Carvana also gets Swift Swim, actually. But Carvana is weak to Toxicroak. And that's what I need a counter for. I have somewhat decent counters for almost everything else. I will need a counter to Toxicroak. So let's see. Route 24. We have Carvana and Lotad with the Old Rod. Or if we choose a Grass encounter. Okay, we can get Petlo. Or Cottony. Whimsicott could be really, really good here. Charcadet, Elekid, Volbeat, Marill, Farfetch'd, Routes, Abra. Abra could be really good too. When it takes time to yeah, it does take a good amount of time in terms of like those damage calculations. And choosing the Mons. But I don't worry too much about the Mons that I have on my team. I just need to like have available Pokemon, you know. Oh, and then I also have this Wishing Den. Okay, that's also really, really good. So that's 3 encounters. We can build a team of 6 with this. That's great. Cool. Let me just see what's available here too on the raid den. Oh, this is technically Route 24. No, there's a den on 25 also. Perfect. 2 raid dens. I say I go for Tadbulb on the Route 25 raid den. And then on this one, I can go for Abra, potentially, to handle Toxicroak. Yeah, I might do that. What's M-A-L-C-T-H-E spell? Spells Malk the. Let's go here. Grab this. Ah, Leaf Stone. Okay. Dude, as soon as I sack my Gloom, I get a Leaf Stone. I was just saying a Vileplume too would have been really helpful. The second I sack my Gloom, I get a Vileplume. That is unbelievably annoying. But I'm going to save state right here. We've officially beaten that Team Rocket Grunt. And then I guess I'll just beat up these trainers really quickly. Right? I think the fastest way to go through here. Probably fight this guy. Oh yeah, Bill's past here. Very defensive Pokemon. Go. I don't know why the game is making me walk into this battle. Like, it's very clear the second I like turn to the right that I'm going to have to battle this kid. I don't even know why they're like pretending like I'm not, right? Watch. He's not looking at me, not turning around. Boom, there he is, right? Game is just teasing me at that point. Might as well get into the battle. Slowpoke. I wasn't expecting that. Psychic type, so a little concerning here. I do always have Bite though on Gyarados, but I don't think I'll need it. I think Return handles this. Let's see. There we go. Alright, next, let me look up pull up this boss list actually, because one of these trainers could very well be mini boss. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay. These are just regular trainers. Nice. I'll take that. Right, no Brendan battles coming up or anything, right? Not until the SSN. Okay, cool. Cool. TF is that thing? What thing? Which thing were you referring to? The Pokemon? Its name is on the screen. Meat Arena. This thing has Poison Point, I think. I guess Lopunny's name isn't on the screen because I nicknamed it. If you were talking about the Pokemon I was using, it's a Lopunny. Normal type Pokemon introduced in Generation 4. Back when Diamond and Pearl came out. Although in this game it's normal in fighting. Got a Mega Evolution in Gen 6 also. This is normal in grass, right? Yeah, we can take this out. Some super effective damage. Too much. Oh, I can't even get that TM because I can't use Cut. Okay. Ah, the rock thing? Yeah, that's a Gen 9 Pokemon. That is actually a pretty decent mon in the newer competitive scene. But that Pokemon's evolutionary line to the one that you saw is the second stage in an evolutionary line of Pokemon based around Rock Salt. So its final evolution is called Garganical, and it's this like really big like rock golem. Signature ability is called, I believe, Purifying Salt. Yeah, I think that's its signature. Either way, I don't remember what it's called. But the ability makes you immune to all status effects, or status effect causing moves. So that's, you know, Thunder Wave doesn't affect you, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, stuff like that. And damage is halved from, I believe it's Ghost type moves. So really good ability. And then its signature move is called Salt Cure. What Salt Cure does is pretty much just causes the opposing Pokemon to lose a little bit of health each turn. But if the opposing Pokemon is a Water or Steel type, then it loses extra health. Walk just next to the guy and the trainer will move so I can get the TM. Actually? Oh, okay. Let me see. Forgot Makuita gets Fake Out. Ah, I see what you mean. So yeah, walk like in front of him so he moves, and then I go up. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. So go here. He moves. After the battle, I go around. Okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah. Got you. That makes sense. Farfetch. Looks like this is the Galarian form, which is good. That means that... Actually, no, it's not good. It's a fighting type. So he actually has a type advantage here. Ah, I didn't know that was its ability. Okay. Not that I'm worried. I mean, I have priority. Alright. Let's see what TM we get from this. Defog. She's not a trainer battle, right? Let me check my mini boss list here. Optional bosses. No, doesn't seem like it. Okay. Cool. Battle her. Ilamise. I think it's Prankster, doesn't it? And I'm out of fake outs. No. Should have flown back to the Pokemon Center real quick. I also have a PP up, so I could always increase the power points there. The only reason I haven't used it yet is because I'm not sure what my final movesets are going to be on this team. Fly back to Cerulean real quick, just in case there are any other trainers around that I might want to say what's up to. Also, though, wait, since I beat the Team Rocket Grunt, shouldn't that guy be no longer blocking the entrance to that building? Unless I'm remembering Gen 3 games on. It's always hard, right? Because I played Fire Red a few times over the course of my time as a Pokemon fan. Okay, guess not. And I couldn't remember if this guy moves after you beat everybody on Nugget Bridge or only after you beat Misty. I guess it's after Misty. But it's also hard because, you know, this is not base Fire Red. So, gotta account for that in terms of... I think this guy, that camper right there, might be a mini-boss, but I don't know. Either way, let's head back over here. Because there's something here that I want. Why did I do that? I'm laughing because I was saying in my head, like, all right, stop walking, don't challenge this kid, and then first thing I do was run right in front of him. Oh well. Don't I have, I could have sworn I had some sort of like shortcut or something here set up for speed ups. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll look for it later. Either way. No! Misclick. Is this the end for our Lopunny? Do we lose because I misclicked and hit fake out instead of return? No, it's not. Have I played Infinite Fusions? I have not. I've seen gameplay of that one. That's the one where Giovanni has the fusion of all three legendary birds, right? He has like the Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno fusion, if that's the one I'm thinking of. If so, if that's the one that you're talking about, then yeah, I've seen gameplay of it, but I haven't actually played it myself. Might add it to the rotation just so I don't pull my hair out trying to finish Radical Red. Alright, one more trainer here. Oh, she's not even a trainer, okay. Alright, first I'm going to go this way. There's a TM down here, so before I forget that. That's what I'm talking about, Radical Red. That's what... Thank you. Thank you. My biggest point of frustration in this game so far has been that they have given me every item, every TM you can think of, except for the ones that I need, bro. Thank you. I will take Thunder Punch. Like, it is so frustrating, right? I'll get like a care package or get given an item, and it's just something so useless, dude. Things that I can't use. Like I have 10 Iron Balls for no reason. 10 Light Balls for no reason. 10 Lucky Eggs for no reason. Magnets, right? Muscle Wings. This is minimal grinding mode because it's hardcore. No use for that. some of these are good, right? Like some stuff like the Poison Barb or Never Melt Ice, but it also didn't give me every type boosting item either, right? So like when it gave me the items that boost the power of certain types of moves, it only gave me the items for moves that I didn't have. I didn't have a Charcoal for the fire type that I had on my team at the time. It didn't give me a Miracle Seed for the grass type on my team at the time. Ugh. Thunder Punch is like, it's like seeing an old friend. Ooh. That's Bugsy, the Johto gym leader. If I talk to him, is he going to want to battle? I think he is. Let me save just in case. Johto leaders. Yeah, Route 25 leader Bugsy. And his team depends on if this is before or after Lieutenant Surge. Now, is it worth fighting Bugsy? Maybe. No, all his Pokemon are going to be the same as the highest level of my Pokemon. I don't think I'm ready. I'm overly not ready. Okay, I'm going to leave Bugsy alone for now. I'm going to go talk to Bill, help Bill out. But the main reason I'm here is actually for this. That is, what is it, Milcery, the Prevo to Alcremie. Time changer. Alright, let's change it to daytime. There we go. Tadbulb. That's what I was looking for. And with the Thunderstone, we can get Bellybot. Moves it learns include Spark. It's Discharge at level 2. Oh, wait, we are level 20. Discharge is a game changer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, because Misty only has, in terms of Mons that resist electric, or have a, not even resist, just have a counter to electric. Politoed has Earthquake. We take Politoed out the game. Sending in Bellybot would almost certainly force her to switch it into Clodsire, at which point we can then send in Gyarados with Ice Fang plus Leer to seal the deal. Okay, I'm liking that plan. I'm liking that plan a lot. I'm liking that plan a whole lot. Okay, let's go with, for up against Bellybot, we'll let the old man take it. Hopefully he has enough sense to send in Onix. Enter, enter, enter. Alright. Tadbulb. Probably should have checked what else I can encounter here. Tadbulb, Psyduck, Cloth, Milcery, Clauncher. Okay, so I'm gonna keep Tadbulb. Wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So, I've gotten like decently far, not even decently far, but I've gotten as far as I have gotten in this run by paying close attention to all of the Nuzlocke rules, right? Finding every loophole I can to my advantage. And technically, right, the duplicate clause. It says if the first Pokemon in an area, right, for some context, the rule in the Nuzlocke is you can only catch your first encounter in an area, but the game is, or the rules are extremely loose on what qualifies as an encounter, which I've been able to use to my advantage so far. Now, duplicate clause means that if the first encounter in an area is a mon that you already have, it says you may continue battling, right? If the first Pokemon in an area is one the player already owns, they may continue battling until they encounter one they do not own and then attempt to catch it. Prevents a player from having multiples of the same Pokemon, especially early in the game when the selection of different Pokemon on first few routes is limited, right? Now, what it doesn't say, it says that if you encounter a mon that you already have, you can keep battling it. What it doesn't say is that you can't catch it, right? So in theory, like, for example, that Oddish, if I already had an Oddish, there would be nothing stopping me from making a team full of Oddishes, and then from there evolving them into Glooms and Vileplumes and Blossoms. I'm not going to do that because that does feel like I'm kind of just cheating the system a little too much. Yeah, a lot of the loopholes that really help with this. All right, I'll max Knuckle here. With the barrier. And then there's also the shiny clause, where if a Pokemon's shiny, regardless of whether or not you have acquired it, you're allowed to catch it. But I'm not going to. Now, finish this with one strike. It's not stated, but it's kind of assumed. Assumed by who? Not assumed by me. Anybody else assume it? Assumptions are not rules, my friend. You gotta outsmart the game. I'm gonna choose not to do it anyways, because I feel like that would get really, really boring if I just, every time I entered a new area, just built up a buffer of like, 80 of the same mons. So if I wipe, I can just say, oh no, I'm good. I have a bunch more. I'm not going to do that. I could though. In theory, I could, but I'm not going to. All right, Tadbulb's nickname. A lot of lightning users to choose from here. Let's see, it's a female Tadbulb, female lightning users. There's that one girl from Gachiakuta, with the lightning hair. Azula from Avatar. Lightning users. Yeah, let's go Azula. Go. Stardust. Alright. What I am doing though, so that I don't, make it too easy, so I am counting grass and water as one encounter, right? So if I go to an area, I have to choose whether I want to go to the tall grass or fish or surf or whatever it may be. That I only get one chance for that. What I am counting as different though are Dynamax dens. That's like +1 encounter for this, so I just got a Tadbulb. I still have an encounter on this route, but I've already used my Dynamax Den encounter for that. Giftmons, I'm also counting as extra encounters, but again, I only get one, unless, it's explicitly stated you get multiple within that particular part of the game. And then trades, I'm counting as extra encounters. So let me talk to Bill, help him out. I wonder if they modded this so that Bill actually helps us. I just saved his life. He could have been living the rest of his life as a Clefairy, and all I get is he puts his name on my PC. Bill, you better... I hope Bill gives me something really useful here. Let's see what Bill gives us. Yeah, you're welcome. I owe you one. Did I come to see your Pokemon collection? No, I did. What do you have? Okay, wait a minute. Maybe this will do. SS ticket. The concept of you've trapped yourself, your mind in a Pokemon's body. A 10-year-old comes to save you, and you give him a free cruise ticket. That's right, yeah. That actually was... That's pretty needed. We're going to need that to advance in the story. But... Alright, Route 25 encounters. First thing I'm going to do... Let me see if I have... I do have a Thunderstone. Let's go. Right, PC. Grab Azula out of our... These are all the mons that have been KO'd. Vincent the GOAT. Without Vincent, we would have lost to Brendan in Viridian Forest. Oh, Wukong, our starter, man. This one breaks my heart the most. But there is a way to get another starter, so I'm going to try to get another Chinchar. Kashimo, Toph, Katara, Datara, Gwen. Fat Gum. Oh, Fat Gum was also a huge help. Fat Gum. Without Fat Gum, we would have lost in Mount Moon for sure. Deep Sea King back when we had 2 Gyarados because of the gift rule that we have, right? So I got 2 gift Magikarps. Gyu, Gyu was as good as a sack and just an extra body, but Gray, Swamp Fire. Swamp Fire actually was also a huge help in taking down Miguel in Mount Moon. Madness. Madness, we would have definitely lost to Archer without Madness, because Madness helped us keep Glimmet and... who else? Let me check. Glimmet and Firo, yeah. Madness was helpful too. But yeah, this is our graveyard so far. I'm trying to think of like some revive rule, because I feel like at some point I'm going to end up needing a revive. But for now, no revive clause. I'm going to leave Bugsy alone. I think I'm going to... where's my rare candies? Alright, rare candy. Discharge. Charge, Spark, Mud Shot, Flail. Yeah, I mean, seems like a pretty clear choice here. So yeah, I'm thinking we evolve Azula into Bellybot. Probably give it Modest Nature. Alright, I'm gonna do what I call a sloppy run. Sloppy run, new term. Sloppy run is, and this probably already exists as a term, right? But I'm gonna coin the term sloppy run terminology. It's when you go up against, you're in a Nuzlocke, and you do a battle in that Nuzlocke, typically like a boss battle, gym battle, whatever it is. Not really caring about preserving your Pokemon, just trying to defeat the other trainer to see if it's possible with where your team is currently at. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to save state right here. That did save, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna evolve. Oh, wait, shoot. No. I gotta rethink this. Because before, it only worked because I had, Gloom. I don't have Gloom anymore. Okay. Think. Route 24, there is another den. I can pick up Applin. Or Lotad. Let me see what Applin gets access to for evolving. Alright, Applin. Not much. Okay, so we can evolve into Flapple with the Leaf Stone. So that's actually kind of helpful. Appleton with the Sunstone. Or just Dipplin at level 30 and then Hydrapple at level 44. Learn set gets Bullet Seed. Flapple Bullet Seed could be pretty helpful. Bullet Seed level 20. Actually, I was looking at the wrong mon there. Alright. This is Applin. I was looking at Dipplin. Alright, looking at Applin here. We don't get anything. We don't get anything. It gets Mega Drain. We don't get anything. But upon evolving into Flapple, we can always go to the Move Tutor. We don't get a signature Grab Apple until level 32. Dragon Pulse isn't really going to help us. Who would have thought? Applin is really not going to be all that. Appleton has a better special attack stat, though, than Flapple. So we could always go Appleton and Mega Drain it. 4 times weakness, though. And it gets Apple Acid, its signature move. 4 times weakness to Ice is not fun, but when we look at how many mons on Misty's team carry Ice-type moves, Ludicolo has Aurora Beam, as does Starmie. Mantine has Hurricane, which is also something to worry about. I'll think about it. I'll consider it. Right, let me leave here. I think I'll just put together a team now. Maybe. We'll see. Versus, we go to Route 24 encounters also, right? Route 24 encounters. We could also get our grass type here. I might go Yamper, actually. Let me see what level it evolves into Boltund at. Because if we can get Yamper to evolve into Boltund and then give it a beneficial speed nature, teach it the elemental Fang moves, that is going to be, I think, really helpful here. Boltund at level 25. That's what I like to see. It evolves and it gets 100 attack and 121 speed. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Gets Thunder Fang. But I believe also gets access to Ice and Fire Fang. Yep, Fire Fang, Ice Fang. I think Boltund is definitely a clear choice there. Alright. Route 24. 10% chance of finding Yamper at any time of day. This is all Route... That's officially Route 25. Alright, here's the tall grass on Route 24. Save state right here. Actually, let me turn off Infinite Repel. And then save state. There we go. Draining Kiss. To be fair, Petlil is the most common encountered Pokemon. Elekid. No shot I can get Electivire this early on, right? I can get Electabuzz at 27. Electabuzz just isn't as strong, though, and it's more of a special attacker. Which isn't the worst, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But... okay, so if by the time I get to Celadon City, I'd be able to get a link cable. I don't think that's going to do me any good here, though. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to keep Yamper for now and get Boltund. Just because, well, I think Electivire is a better mon. Oh, and you have no idea how badly I want to Charcadet, dude. I love Armorogue and Cerulege. It's tempting, but it... The Fire-type lover in me, right? Fire-type's my favorite type. The Fire-type lover in me is screaming to catch this thing right now. But the strategist in me is telling me that using my one encounter on Route 24 on a Charcadet before Misty is, forget shooting myself in the foot, it's cutting the whole foot off. So maybe later. Maybe later. There will be other opportunities to build out a fire type team. Maybe I'll do a mono type run on this game. I know New Game Plus there is a code that you can enter, which will it's like a mystery gift code. There we go, Yamper. Actually, didn't I just get Bellybot? Wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I just caught Bellybot Do I need another electric type? Or do I need a grass type? I think I need a grass type. Okay. Well, I already let Petlo go, but I can always reset for that. Oh man, Yamper's a cool mon too. Bolton is really, really useful. Okay. We can work with it. Change of plans. Guess it's between Lilligant and Whimsicott. I can either get Lilligant or Hisuian Lilligant. I'm thinking I go Unova Lilligant because I don't want that 4 times weakness to flying. Okay, Quiver. Ooh, okay. Quiver Dance set up on Lilligant is actually kind of fire. Wait a minute. Yeah, base Lilligant, right? Quiver Dance. It'll already have Mega Drain from being a Petlo. Baby Doll Eyes. I mean, that's pretty much going to force a swap into Toxicroak. Right, yeah. So we can go Petlil or... And I'm really biased towards Petlo right now. But just to see what else we can do. Because I think Whimsicott is also going to be a more just versatile Pokemon in the long run. But as of now... Because that Prankster... Prankster Leech Seed, Prankster Stun Spore, Prankster Cotton Spore, plus Giga Drain, plus yeah, give me the Whimsicott. Give me the Whimsicott. We're going Whimsicott. We're going Whimsicott, yeah. What's going on? It's Houndoom. How's it going? Actually, wait. In order to get Cottony and get Whimsicott, we have to change the time of day because Whimsicott or Cottony is only going to appear in the nighttime, according to this guy. Yeah. All right, now save state here. Ooh, Cottony. Let's hope that it has Prankster. I've never heard of Giga Drain being banned. If it is, that's news to me. I hope not. Yeah, I really hope it's not. Alright, nickname for Cottony. Yeah. Let's do... Hanami. Although I feel like a Trevenant would probably be better suited for the name Hanami, based off of the Curse Spirit from JJK. But let's just make sure that we got Prankster on this. Bravo. Alright, cool. Cool. So, we got that. Turn Infinite Repel back on. Give it Draining Kiss. Healing moves banned in Nuzlocke? I've never heard that, like, literally ever. I know that healing items in battles are banned, but healing moves banned in Nuzlocke? Nah. Oh, okay, so we can go through here now. Perfect. Wait, that is great. That's huge. That's huge. Extra encounter. Perfect. Am I a Mega Lopunny or a Mega Guardy type of guy? I mean, my ace on this team is a Lopunny, but I don't have its Mega Stone yet. Personally, though, neither. I mean, Mega Gardevoir is really useful. If I had to give a favorite Mega, though, let me think. Mega Gardevoir is obviously great. Mega Blaziken is cool, too. I'm a Fire-type fan, right? So my favorite Megas are typically going to be the Fire-type, so Blaziken, both Charizards. I wish Infernape got a Mega. I am waiting for the day that they finally show the Sinnoh starters some love, and my favorite Pokemon, Infernape, will get a Mega. Let me see what else. I'll do Cotton Spore. main covers in the chat? What do you mean? Forget Absorb, because I don't... No, I didn't mean to forget Fairy Wind. Okay, well, whatever. I can go to the move tutor. I meant to forget Absorb because there's no point in having Absorb and Mega Drain. Razor Leaf, I don't need to learn. Yeah. I've never heard of Iromon either. I gotta look into that. Yeah, I've never heard of Iromon. What is that? Ironmon. Pokemon Randomizer Challenge. Designed to make experience and randomizer fun and challenging. We'll take an world. So randomize the game. So all Pokemon movesets and items are randomized. Trainer and wild Pokemon levels increased by 50%. Interesting. Catch or kill one per route. You can only catch or KO one Pokemon per route. Does not have to be the first one seen. Interesting. And then all other XP will come from trainers. Once a Pokemon faints, you have to store or release it. Ah, and there's a note that if it has an item attached, you can't even get the item. That's interesting. No shops. Random starter. No legendaries. And then there's an ultimate rule set. Oh, wow. No HM moves in battle. Which I guess isn't like the end of the world. I guess it means no what? Fly, no surf. Most HMs, besides like fly, surf, waterfall. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. The Houndoom Radical Red poster right there. True. True. Mega Houndoom at that, too. Yeah, great Mon. Great Mon, Houndoom. Alright, I'm going to do... Because this is going to be a Prankster Mon, right? So I'm going to do, I think... Stun Spore. Give it Giga Drain. Alright, there we go. Level cap. Okay, alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I only have one Sunstone. And while I do believe that a Whimsicott would be more beneficial, Cottony does still have Prankster. So in theory, if I wanted to, I can save it without using my, Let's battle this guy. Is this a boss battle? Hold up. Yeah. But this is definitely a boss battle. Hold up. Hold on. Let me... where's my trainer guide here? Team Rocket. Yeah, this is the Dig House Grunt. Okay. Fight. I forgot about this fight. Cool. Fake out. It doesn't have fur coat according to this guy, too. Cool. I'm gonna low sweep you then. He outsped. I'm surprised he went for Dark Pulse and didn't, for Parting Shot. Crobat, Mega Drain. It's gonna use Air Cutter. So yeah, let's try out our Bellybot while we're here. Or I guess it's not Bellybot yet, but what do I even like with? All right. So Bellybot cannot tank a Cross Poison from Crobat. To be fair, it has Scope Lens, and I think Cross Poison already has a pretty high critical hit ratio. So I can't say I'm too surprised at how that turned out. But come on, man. Alright, let's try this again. Fake out. I am going to Mach Punch here and see if I can actually get a KO without taking damage. No, I couldn't. Wishful thinking. No worries, though. Mach Punch again. Okay, this time I think I'm going to send out Gyarados Intimidate. Dang it, alright, with the... the only thing is, right, with the critical hit, I don't... Like, Intimidate doesn't matter. Wait, so why didn't you air cutter against Bellybot? Or whatever, the Tadbulb? Why did you cross poison the Pokemon that can't resist air cutter? Alright, can't stand this thing, man. Ice Fang. Come on, Crobat. Or come on, Gyarados. There we go. Good survival. Yup, eat that berry. Get Crobat out of here, man. I'm sick of this thing already. Get him out of here. I'm sick of him already. He survived. Of course he survived. Why wouldn't he survive? Why wouldn't he survive? Well, the worst thing I could possibly do is send out Hanami. I'm going to send out Rabbit Escape and really hope for the power of... You know why I'm getting frustrated, right? It's not the fact that I can't take down the Crobat, because I can. It's the fact that I've lost to this Crobat twice now, because I've tried to predict him making a move which is smarter than the one he actually made, right? I predicted that against my fighting type Pokemon, he would use a flying type move, which he gets stabbed from. Instead he used the poison, which he doesn't get stabbed from poison, but type matchups, right? He doesn't do that, I lose my electric type. And now I'm here, I'm like, okay, he's gonna use cross poison, higher critical hit, plus chance to poison, makes the most sense, right? Let me send in my fighting type who I know can tank it, he uses the flying type move. Like, yo. Might as well low sleep because he's gonna get the Dark Pulse off anyways. Alright. Sends in Crobat. He's gonna cross poison, right? Probably. I have an idea. If I don't beat him this time, because I want to beat him without sacking anything too, right? I would hate to lose him on to a Team Rocket Grunt. So if I can't beat him this time around, I have an idea, which pretty much just revolves around making all my Pokemon as bulky as possible through changing their natures. He doesn't have a Thrash resist. Only thing is, then I lock myself in to Thrash, and I don't think Thrash OHKOs anything else. Let's go for Thrash, because I had a plan to reset anyways. Okay, so when Cross Poison isn't a critical hit, it actually does a lot of damage, or it doesn't do any damage. Would you look at that? Alright, either way. Yeah, let's do this Crobat. Critical hit merchants, bro. Weakest Crobat I've ever seen, landing crits on everything. It's crazy. Nature change. Alright, so we are going to give Dagon a physically defensive nature. Impish. In fact, I'm going to do the same thing. What if actually instead of doing it with do Bold Nature here, right? No, because Air Cutter... No, we resist Air Cutter. What am I talking about? Okay, yeah. And then, what if I actually switch Dagon back to Adamant, right? Back to Adamant. Because there is one thing that I was supposed to do that I haven't done yet. And that is... Evolve Azula. Shoot, way things are looking, right? Alolan Persian does not have that great of a base special defense. What if I low-key gave this thing like a modest nature or something else that boosted special attack? Give it like a magnet to boost its electric type moves? Because discharge Oko's Crobat and Veluza. Persian, we can get some really good damage off as well. And Eradicate a Stomping Tantrum, which might be a problem. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Where's my magnet? Do I have magnets? I think I do. There we go. Alright. Give the magnet to Azula. Save real quick. Let's head back to... My question is, if this guy behind the house was so strong, why didn't they have him guarding Nugget Bridge? Alright, so he sends out Persian. How do you do the infinite rare candy? I'll show you. I'll show you right now, actually, because this fight hasn't started yet. So, to do the infinite rare candies, you are going to want to head to Pallet Town. Right, so if we go to Pallet Town. Oops. Sorry, I hit back by accident. So, let's try that again. Head to Pallet Town. Talking about some okay. You didn't even see it yet. No, I'm messing with you. But yeah, Pallet Town. In your room. And then right here, enter a code. I don't remember off the top of my head what that code is, but you're gonna want to enter that code, so you can look it up. It's online. You can't exit if you just enter no code and then it tells you invalid. Okay, so yeah, enter the code there. You can look it up online, and then after you do that, what you're gonna want to do is head on over to Viridian City. So you've entered your code. Go to Viridian City and talk to this kid right here. Right, he's gonna ask, do you know what's up? You tell him yeah, and he'll give you 100 rare candies every time. I think it gives you like 500 every time, actually. And then a bunch of Pomeg berries too. Pomeg berries are good for raising your Pokemon's friendship. What's going on? Oh, your eyes are better? Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Is it the K code? I honestly don't remember. I know it was like one of the first things that I did in this game, but I don't remember what the code was. I know that there was one that was also for care packages, meaning that once you complete certain achievements in the game, you get items to try to help you out. But as you might have heard earlier, my frustration is that the items are useless in this stage of the game. Maybe they'll become more useful later on, which is why I haven't like sold or discarded anything. But I really can't do anything with these. Alright. Let's head over here. Back through here. Let me just make sure that I got my team right. Alright, cool. The team is right. Alright. So he's going to start with the Lowland Persian. We open up with Fake Out and then Low Sweep. Could go Mach Punch, but either way. So we open up with Fake Out. Flinch. I guess I'll go Mach Punch, and then that way if we get a crit, he's down. Yeah, no crit, that's fine. We live Dark Pulse. I still don't know why it would go Dark Pulse and not like a Parting Shot if it's going to outspeed, but I guess I'm not really mad at that either, right? Alright, he switches into Crobat. And we go Azula. You're Radical and Red. You're both. That's what's up. Am I a Pokemon trainer? Nah. Never played Pokemon a day in my life. This is my first time. There we go. Alright. I can't believe I got stuck at Crobat. That's crazy. That is crazy. Eradicate. Alright, well, we can't risk sacking it right now. I say we go in and before things get really dire. What do I use before things get really dire? Because he still gets stabbed Facade. Okay, here's the plan. Intimidate. Stomping. Oh, perfect. Alright, so stab Facade is not fun. Yeah, stab Facade. Alright. Hope that with the Intimidate drop I survive one Facade. Now it has Sucker Punch. If I can get it KO'd with a Sucker Punch, we're Gucci. Dude, I just have a hard time believing that, like, Raticate legitimately survived that. Like, what are we talking about? What do you mean? Ugh. Matter of fact, let me save state right here, because I'm not going to walk all the way through there again. Alright, go here. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright, fake out. Low sweep. Using the Dark Pulse, that's fine. It could have been a low roll, that is true. That is very true. Because Punching Glove plus Stab, I feel like that should have been an OHKO. But also, right, Mach Punch does have very, very low base power. I think it's only like a 40 base power move. So, it's not meant to be, you know, a crazy heavy hitting move anyways. Of course, he opened up with Cross Poison. Alright, well, we know that we can at least survive Cross Poison. And he didn't get the crit this time around. Nice. Discharge takes out Crobat. Ah, you know what I can do? Because he's going to Stomping Tantrum. It's not going to do anything, right? We survive. And actually, I can either go with an attack move, or I can Leer. Both of which will, you know, not ensure that I live, but definitely ensure that we can take out Raticate here. Alright, there we go. So defense is lowered. Rabbit Escape, please survive this Facade. Please survive Facade. Please survive Facade, Rabbit Escape. Please. Interesting. Alright, Veluza. Okay. Fake out. Okay. Dude, I'm getting fried by RNG against this dude, bro. I'm stuck against a Rocket Grunt because I'm getting fried by RNG. Ugh. It's not even RNG. No, that's not what RNG means. Not even RNG. I'm being fried by the fact that this guy, this Team Rocket, no wonder he's a grunt. He's making the worst possible battle decisions. I'm like looking at his team's moveset, right? Looking at his team's move, okay, he's gonna use this move. No, he's not. No, he doesn't. Oh my goodness. Okay, if I were a Team Rocket Grunt, and despite the entirety of Radical Red, all the AI being programmed to make the smartest competitive battle decisions possible, with the exception of this one guy standing in these people's backyard, because he just closes his eyes and clicks whatever move, I guess that's what I have to think about here. Okay, what I do know is that if I do end up in that situation with Raticate and Gyarados, I am not going to use Leer. I think the Leer is why he swapped out. I'm sure he, you know, he probably was like, okay, let me get my Raticate out of here if it's already burned plus defense dropped, which makes sense, but still. Low sweep. Again, go to Azula. He is dumb enough to stay at the scene of the crime, can't expect. You know what? You do make a good point. You do make a good point. Alright, Raticate up next. And, like, this fight is very winnable, but the problem is I used my 2 encounters on the nearby areas on 2 Pokemon that are going to be pretty instrumental to my fight against Misty. Unless, it's a little bit of planning ahead here. Pulling up my Kanto map again. Right. Why is it saving this as a web page? Save the image here. Alright, pulling up my Kanto map here. Beating this guy would give me access to Route 5. All the way into... Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Right, because then we can go into Saffron this way. Now, I don't think we can go into Celadon from Saffron. But with Route 5 unlocked, right? Looking at the Pokemon available on Route 5. Yellow Katarine, Rowlet. Alright, so there's no Mons on Route 5 that we can really use to our advantage here against Misty. Looking, however, at Route 9, which I don't know if it'll let me go to. I'm hoping it will, right? Because then I can go as far as attempting to get to the power plant without actually being able to get there. If I go to Route 9 encounters, I can get an Execute, which can become Executor. Also have the ability to potentially catch a Tropius. There will also be Rock Tunnel available here, which I don't know if I'll be able to get all the way through to Lavender Town on. Alright. Alright. Here's the play. So, we just defeated Thinking outside of the box here, right? This game is smart. This game is very smart. But one thing about me, I'm a whole lot smarter. Boom. Stomping Tantrum doesn't affect Dagon, right? He's now going to use Facade. I am going to opt for Bite, hoping for a flinch. Hold on. Let me just see. Because both Ice Fang and Bite have flinch chances, right? And I believe that Ice Fang is the higher base power. So with no stab on either. May flinch or leave it frozen. Let me just look up Ice Fang's flinch chance versus Bite. 10% freezing, 10% flinch versus Bite, which I think has a much higher chance of flinch. Because I'm going for the flinch here, right? We're not going to be able to freeze. 30% flinch. All right, let's go Bite. Sacrifice a little bit of base power for the potential of flinch. So we go here, go Bite. Oh, right, he's faster. Yeah, I forgot that Dagon is just as slow as possible. It's actually not even Dagon's fault. This is a jolly-natured Raticate. Okay, perfect. Now, all we need to do is survive a singular Facade. Hope he doesn't switch out. Why are you U-turning? Why are you U-turning against the Gyarados when you can just OHKO it? Why are you doing that? Why? What sense does that make? Whose strategy is this? Who taught you to use U-turn? Oh. Cool. Watch this. Watch this, Raticate. Yeah. I figured out I can save state in the middle of a battle. Stomping Tantrum. No effect. He burns. Bite. Eat my berry. Alright, now we know he's going to switch. Finne's going to switch if he uses Leer. That is, well, now it seems like he switches no matter what, yeah. At first I thought he only switched when I used Leer, because I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Defense drop plus attack drop. Probably want to get your Raticate out of there. The fact that he's using U-turn no matter what now. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to Bite, because if he switches into Veluza, right? If he U-turns into Veluza, direct GG's, Bite, not GG's, but it's going to do a lot of damage to Veluza. If he doesn't switch in, Raticate is in a bad spot. Alright, he switched in. I genuinely don't understand the thought process behind, like, is he just trying to preserve his attack stat? It must be. It must be him just trying to preserve his attack stat, which I can respect, right? Like, I'm not mad at it. But, oh my goodness. Veluza, Jolly Nature. Oh wait, I think I outspeed it. I think I outspeed it, yeah. Because Veluza's not a fast mon. So even with the Jolly Nature, its speed stat is 51. I think Dagon outspeeds it by like 2 points. 59. Bravo. Perfect. Perfect. Veluza goes down. Fight. Bite. Okay. There we go. See, sometimes when your opponent is like just not making the smartest moves, right? They want you to overthink. That's why I was losing, man. I'm overthinking. Alright, now I quite literally just have to survive a singular Facade. That is it. A single Facade. Please. Please, Rabbit Escape. Please. Why do you do this? Why? 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 Why do you insist? My whole team. Why do you insist on disappointing me? Why? Why? This team has been so good to me up until this very moment. And now my team decides that they hate me. Why? 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 An hour, 2 hours ago, we were tanking everything. We were high-rolling everything. We were untouchable. For what reason do we decide that we can't survive Facade? Why? Since when? Since when? Alright. You know what? I'm sacking... Who do I need more? Hanami or Azula? Hanami or Azula? Who am I sacking? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me look at Rock Tunnel. Look at Rock Tunnel encounters. Alright, Rock Tunnel. Pharaoh Seed. Any electric types? Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Okay. I think I should not sack. And then based on Misty's team here. Does she have more coverage against grass or electric types? Losing my prankster user is not great. Because I was going to do lead with Whimsicott, right? Whoever she switches into is going to get prankstered again. We lead with Azula. Like, yeah, you know, we can also discharge, but if she switches into Clodsire, Azula's pretty much useless because now she'd have to be switched into any mon that's much faster than her. And it's going to be either a water type in Rain, Clodsire that has Bulldoze, or Toxicroak in Rain. I say... Or. Third option. No, never mind. I was gonna say third option. Hope that we don't get O-code by Facade, but there is no calculation in which we survive Facade. All right. I say in that case we sack Azula. Yeah, we sack Azula. Sorry, Azula. Yeah, we sack Azula. Because we just need a free switch in to Rabbit Escape. I was hoping that we would get that through Rabbit Escape tanking a Facade, but I forgot that sometimes I just ask too much of my Pokemon. I forgot how ridiculous of an ask it was for, you know, for a fully evolved. Thank you. All we needed was one Facade. Azula, I'll find another electric type. What is Azula? Azula is a Belly Bot, Gen 9 electric type Pokemon. Oh, we got a bunch of ability pills. That's actually kind of clutch. Yeah, Azula is a Belly Bot, Gen 9 electric type mon. Okay, so I can't go to Route 9 because I can't use Cut. How do you even get HM Cut here? On the SS Ann. Okay. I forgot that the Kanto games suck. Oh my god. I can't stand Kanto. I hate Kanto. Truth be told, and I will look any Pokemon fan in their dead in the face and tell them that Kanto is a terrible region, man. This region is awful. You can't get any of the HMs until you're halfway through the region. Can't go anywhere because none of the Pokemon that you want to catch appear until you're almost at the Elite Four. Oh, I can't stand Kanto. I hate Kanto. I can't stand Kanto at all. This region pisses me off. I can't stand Kanto. But Route 5 is good because there are two encounters here. We have the Tall Grass encounter, and then I believe this Daycare will also give us a Giftmon. Let me see what the possible results of that gift is. I might be wrong. I think I was wrong. Maybe it was a trade. No, it wasn't that either. Either way, safe state right here. I thought I saw something about there being a free mon in the daycare. Okay, let you borrow if you entertain me. That to me sounds like he wants to battle. So let me just check this strong trainer's guide, make sure that I'm not jumping into yet another boss battle. Alright, doesn't seem like it. I'm gonna go heal up. Oh, and then I also have this too. Alright, underground path. Take me to Vermilion City. Vermilion City. Okay. You know what? Okay, I need a water first. So to get that... Yeah, I need a water tea. Alright, I'll worry about that later. Let me go heal first. That'll be our first priority. I hope it's a battle and not just some old guy asking a 10-year-old to entertain. Hey, I didn't even think of that. Good looking out, man. Yeah. Yeah, that would be... That's a good point. Alright, let's heal up. Let me also go to my PC. Bellybot, I'll put you here. Can't use cut, so can't go that way because again, Kanto region is... I really... I can't stand Kanto, bro. I cannot stand Kanto. Kanto region is so bad. I think that people only like the games based in the Kanto region for nostalgic reasons. That's about it. Literally any Pokemon game based in Kanto, there are multiple other games that do whatever you like about that so much better. Only good thing that Kanto has, right? Only good thing that the Kanto games have. Alright, here's Route 6. I'm not going to go for my encounters or anything here. I just want to see what's available to me. Venoshock. Yeah, only good thing about Kanto, we have a Raid Den, so that's what, 1, 2. This is gonna be guarded again, right? He's thirsty, yeah, that's fine. Could potentially go for the fishing encounter, I'd have to look it up. And then whenever I beat these guys, that takes me into, is it Saffron I had said, right? Let me check my map again. Yeah, Saffron City. Assuming that the guard lets me through. He might also be thirsty. If he is, that's fine, because we still have 2 encounters. 3 being Route 5, Route 6, and that den. But I'm going to go see what the daycare guy wanted before I call it a day. Because I've been live for a while. This game is going to make me pull my hair out, dude. I'm going to be live again tomorrow. For sure going to be live again tomorrow. Usually I don't like to promise when I'm going to be live or not because, you know, get busy, life gets in the way, hard to say. But I'm going to be out of town from Tuesday on for the rest of the week. And so I do want to get as much stream and playtime as I can before that. Oh, there's another den here. Okay. 2 dens, 2 encounters, 4 mons. Yeah, we'll be alright. I'm going to forget all about Bellybot. Alright, let's fight this guy. See what happens when we beat him and what we get from it. 6-mon team, opening with over... Whoa. 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 Okay. I didn't expect this at all. Wow. Alright, let's see what I got. So he gave me Electrode, Sneasler, Ursaluna, Typhlosion, Zoroark, and Samurott. Huh. What's the deal with this? Wait, this seems actually like really fun. Because I think there's like something going on here. There's got to be like something going on here. Okay, apparently if I win this, he gives me an Eevee. Yeah, he gives me an Eevee, and apparently the key is just switching Sneasler at the right time. So I guess I'll try to win this. If there's no... I don't have any hints onto what his team looks like. Electrode is weak to Overqwill's Poison-type moves, so I'm going to Volt Switch here. I know I outspeed. Assuming he's going to go for a Poison-type move. Oh, I'm Life Orbed? Should have checked first, I guess. But let's go to Ursaluna for sure. That way... Why did you... Okay. Okay. See, I'm irritated. Why would they give me Facade Ursaluna and then give me a Toxic Orb? Why not just go Flame Orb? I'm irritated. Oh, maybe because it's not Guts. That's why. Since it's not Guts, then Flame Orb would just reduce the attack on all the other moves. But either way, let's go Earthquake, right? Perfect. He's going to waste Toxic Spikes. Okay. Yeah, I'll make my last battle today be an actual real battle with a team that, well, I didn't choose, hopefully will be viable enough. Cleavor. Bug and Rock. Assuming he doesn't go for a Bug type. No, he will go for a Bug type move. Because a Rock type move would not be very effective on Ursaluna. Bug resists ground, ground doesn't resist bug. He's either going to go for, I think, Cleavor gets close combat. So he might go for close combat or a rock type move. Either way, best chance I think is going to switch into Sneasler here. Get rid of the Toxic Spikes as well. Yeah, there we go. Stone Axe, just like I thought. Not very effective. He took out half... He must be choiced, is what I'm thinking. No, he's not choiced. He's Life Orb. Okay. I think I just screwed myself over, too. I mean, if I knock off, right? Life Orb gone. Alright, well, that's on me. Okay. You know what I want to do? I forgot to... Let's go back to Cerulean. Okay. I've got it. I've got it. Because Sneasler, if Sneasler's unburdened, then all I really need is enough time to, if it's unburdened, I assume it has a White Herb as well, so all I need is enough time to get off a Swords Dance shoot. Alright. So he leads with Overquill, we lead with... I'm surprised there's like no guides online for that that daycare challenge fight. Ah, okay. Here it is. Alright. Save right here. Alright. So apparently this is the move right here, right? We're supposed to Volt Switch, Poison Jab, which we tank. Dude, why does Sneasler have a base defense stat of 4? What do you mean a Poison Jab does 30% damage? I've heard of a glass cannon, but come on, dude. And it has Poison Touch, not even Unburden. If I get off a Sword Stance, I think I outspeed him. No, because then he's going to Accelerock on Cleaver. Oh, no, okay. Never mind. Close combat. Guju is definitely dying to close combat. That I'm not worried about. I'm also just realizing he has all Hisuian Pokemon. I don't know how, and so do I. This is a Hisuian battle. I don't know how it took me this long to figure that out. Alright, full Hisuian battle. Arcanine. That's what, 3 down? Focus Sash, okay. Oh, Toxic Spikes. I forgot about that. Oops. I need a special attacker here. I guess anybody but Ursaluna. I just need a free switch into a special attacker. Never seen a quick attack do that much damage. Well, it's only had 1 HP left. So Aqua Jet just took it out. It was, what's it called? Ice Shard, of course it has Ice Shard. Yeah, it was almost taken out completely by Poison Jab, but it had Focus Sash. So anything would have taken it out. I brought in Samurott because I had assumed that he was going to go into Cleavor afterwards. So I figured Aqua Jet and then, you know, whatever he wants to use to take down Cleavor, you know, we should be good. Yeah, I haven't used a fire type in a while. Let's send out our Typhlosion here. Oh, did the Arcanine use Quick Attack? I don't remember. It might have. If it did, then I would assume the reason why it did so much damage was probably because I had gotten close combat off the turn before. So my defense was low. Plus, Sneasler, they gave me just the worst defense. Like, I knew Sneasler wasn't, you know, it's not exactly a tank anyways. Not really what I was expecting from it. But, man, that Sneasler is paper thin, dude. Either his Pokemon's offenses are maxed out, or Sneasler, they just made this Sneasler paper thin. Because a Poison Jab, there's no universe in which a Poison Jab should do that much damage. There we go. Beat this guy. We got a free Eevee. Cool. Free Eevee. I'll take that. And I think right there is where I'm going to call it a stream for now, man. It's 7 o'clock for me. I got work in the morning, and I don't even know what I'm going to eat for dinner yet or anything like that. Plus, I got to pack because, like I said, I'm out of town soon. But, yeah, decent progress. We drove Team Rocket out of Cerulean City. So next time, I'm going to be focused on taking down Misty. I'm going to look at her team. I'm going to look at the mons that I have currently, as well as the areas available to me. Because, again, only one encounter, at least if I want to catch Pokemon, one encounter catch, but then we also have our Dynamax dens as well. But yeah, good stream today, man. As always, thanks to y'all for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Thanks for entertaining me. Nah, thanks to you for being here, dude. Thanks to you for being here. But yeah, y'all already know. Thanks to y'all for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Hope y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. Great start of the week. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man.